Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And hey, holy shit, there's a movie coming out this year called Superman, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Yeah, Batman gets top billing on that one, not Superman.
Yeah.
Because
Alphabetically.
Yeah.
Well,
and the fact that Warner Brothers is like, Batman makes more money.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're planning a solo Batman movie, but not a solo Superman movie.
He already got his
Yeah.
several times over.
Well,
They both
they
did.
both
Yeah.
Yeah. And those Batman commentaries are available now. But you know what? We haven't done commentaries for all the Superman movies until now.
Whoa, shit.
And
Yay.
so last week, you presumably suffered through Superman and the Mole Men. Well, prepare to suffer this week, but not really, because this is mostly a good movie.
Arguably a better movie.
Yeah, I would say.
Arguably an Academy Award-winning movie over the one we watched before.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were doing
Comparatively.
Superman, the movie, as directed by Richard Donner, mostly. And which brought us Christopher Reeve, as in my opinion, and I think Chris's, and maybe more of us.
Jake's, right?
For theatrically released Superman,
The most iconic Superman.
Oh, iconic without a doubt. There's no. I mean, even if you don't believe it, you believe it.
You believe a man can fly.
He is 100% the most iconic Superman.
You understand that everyone else believes it.
Well,
Yeah.
considering no one else for the longest time got a chance on film, I'd allow it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, for the longest time, it was basically him and George Reeves.
Yeah. It wasn't until way later that we got that Superboy TV show.
That's
and
right.
And then the
But yeah, you
Adventures-
can have your favorites, but most iconic goes to Christopher
Oh,
Reeve.
hands down, man. And
Yep.
he is the best part of these movies. We're going to sit through them all.
Yeah.
This week we're starting with Superman the movie, and we're doing the director's cut, correct?
Yeah, the 2000 re-edit, I think is what it's, or the 2000 cut, I think is the official title of it. But yeah, it's basically supposedly as close to Donner's original idea as they could possibly get, which basically just means one or two scenes added back in. Unfortunately, they weren't able to use Donner's original ending because the whole him spinning around the planet and reversing time was his original plan for the end of Superman 2, which were filmed simultaneously.
Which we might do next week.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, for lots of reasons, the Warner Brothers fired Donner when they were just about to wrap up filming 1, and they were like halfway through filming 2.
Yeah.
So they decided that the time travel ending was better for the end of 1, and they never filmed Donner's original ending. So no matter what, that's what we're stuck with for the ending.
Yeah. So this is going to run a little
Yay.
longer than your standard theatrical cut, so make sure
Yeah.
it's not that version.
Yeah, I think it's 10, 20 minutes. Not even. Who knows?
It's a little.
A couple.
It's a
minutes,
little bit
yeah.
longer.
I mean, it's really 2 scenes that are really added in terms of like.
There's a little bit on
Time.
Krypton, which I'll
Yeah.
point out, but yeah.
Yeah. But so, like I said, it's the 2000 cut. Make sure you have that ready to go. We, as usual, have the movie set up ready to play. It's paused at all zeros on the actual movie. And I'll give you a countdown and tell you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
This, I think, until Batman, the highest grossing Warner Brothers release of all time. And then, of course, The Dark Knight, being The Dark Knight, dethroned him. And just like Super Mario Brothers 3, this is all a children's play. I guess.
Yeah. June 1938, the release date of Action Comics #1. Cover not shown here.
Yeah, that's weird. You'd think they'd get the fucking, like...
They were like, you know what? Nobody knows. There's no internet.
This
Nicolas
comic book doesn't
Cage-
exist anymore.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage looking at this and thinking, they got that wrong.
You know what?
One of these days, I'm going to play.
Oddly enough, I've read a reprint of Action Comics #1. That's not what the first couple pages look like either.
Yeah.
No.
Damn it, Richard Donner. Is this why the Salkins fired you? No, it's because they didn't come up with a budget or shooting schedule.
And this is actually...
But I don't believe this is why.
Yeah. This is actually an actual building in Times Square, New York City, naturally. It has that globe on the top. It doesn't say Daily Planet on it, but it does have that globe on top, and it was like right across the street from the original publishing headquarters for Warner Brothers, which is why the Daily Planet looks like that. And unfortunately, the name of that building is escaping me right now. I think it might actually be the Warner Building.
One of the few ways
or
they could
something
get
like that.
Marlon Brando to sign on is if he got top billing. They also, I think he has the biggest paycheck too.
Oof.
And Gene Hackman originally didn't want to do the role, but they were like, "We'll pay you a shitload of money." And he was
They
like,
should have got somebody else.
Yeah. Well, they should have rewritten the character.
That's true.
So I like how this is a Superman movie, but the actor playing him doesn't get any billing yet.
Third billing.
After the title and the director.
First time Donner heard this score, he goes, "Oh my God, John Williams, like, he has created this score where it says Superman."
And there he is.
Yeah. Like, the
About
horns
time.
say Superman. Like, you
Yeah.
can hear the horns say it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this has always been like for me, like this and like Star Wars and then Indiana Jones third are like the three probably most iconic themes for me, and they're all John Williams and they're all essentially the same.
Yeah. I would say this
arguably.
is his most inspirational
But
score.
Yeah, I guess there's just something about horns that scream, this is a uplifting superhero
With the
movie.
fanfare of it all, you know?
Yeah.
And also a lot of this is really impressive. Like this title sequence in general is really impressive for the technology at the time. Like I was listening to this back when I first got the DVD box set. I was watching it with commentary, and the guys that were on the commentary, I forget who it is off the top of my head right now, but we're talking about all the different overlays that they had to do to make all these visuals possible. It's like they're burning magnesium, which is what the little like comets look like, and just like this. Floating text. Terrence Stamp. Sorry, I really like his version of Zod. But like, and then like the text is beautiful, and like it's such an iconic way to like present the text. Like I've seen a couple other movies do it, and it's always just like there's no way to get around it looking like a Superman title sequence if they're doing that. And it's kind of like Star Wars and the rolling text at the beginning. Like that used to be a very common thing, especially in movie serials back in the day. But now it's just, oh, that's Star Wars. But yeah, so there's burning magnesium right there. Yay. Overlaid on top of a starfield.
Would you still take this theme over, say, like the Hans Zimmer theme for Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Hans Zimmer did a fantastic job because he had a losing bet basically in the fact of like he had to follow this up, but I love that they decided to do a different score because you can't just keep trying to remake the Donnerverse.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
They reattempted it with Superman Returns.
They play this fanfare so many fucking times in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's almost like hey guys, I don't know if you knew this. This is a Superman movie.
Yeah.
Guys, you're watching a Superman movie. I know it says Superman Returns, but just in case you didn't know, it's a Superman movie.
Mario Puzo, of course, famously wrote the script for the first two Godfather movies. They brought the Salkins, the producers, brought him on to make it like a fucking to make sure that people knew they were serious about it, and he wrote like an epic tome. The thing is, when Tom Mankiewicz, who actually wrote the shooting script but only gets a creative consultant credit because of WGA rules, he basically tossed out the entire Puzo script. He's like, this thing is campy as shit.
You know what's interesting about that, since there's that Godfather connection? The guy who plays Zod's, or is it Non?
Directed by Sam
I would say
Peckinpah.
Non.
Zod's male guy.
Non, yeah.
Yeah. His grandfather is actually the guy that Marlon Brando's character in The Godfather is based on.
Oh.
Yeah, and he actually a little while ago, I'll do some more research for Superman 2 because the Zod and them play a bigger part in Superman 2. But like he wrote a book that was like a tell-all that like basically was like the real incident or the real life account of the Godfather story, and it goes from his grandfather like immigrating all the way up to the JFK assassination because he claims that his family actually was involved. Yeah, has a hand in it.
This is actually my favorite music.
Yeah, the Krypton theme.
Score,
yeah, I'm glad they resurrect this for Superman Returns. Always kind of puts a chill down me spine.
I love this depiction of Krypton too. Like
It set the standard almost painfully for the next.
It's like, make sure there's crystals.
Yeah.
Make sure there's crystals.
That's one of the things I loved about John Byrne's Man of Steel #1. He's like, get out of here. Like, crystals are great in the Donnerverse, but the Donnerverse, as much this is my favorite Superman theatrical release movie. Fine, good, but it's not gospel. Like, you can do other Superman things.
I mean, talking about coming from an alien world, this pretty
And then
much
a giant ball.
It's like Mork and Mindy's egg.
yeah.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, it comes out like, hey guys.
Nanu.
Yeah, the Donner wanted 3 different movements for the film, almost like a symphony. The first movement
He's looking at you, Josh. By the way.
Yeah. The first
Fuck you, Josh.
the first movement is a sci-fi movie like Logan's Run or like any of that. Like it almost works like 3 separate films.
Yep.
Smallville is like a Norman Rockwell painting come to life.
Beautiful.
And then you've got Metropolis, which is like 70s like
Grit,
New York. Just imagine the Seinfeld theme.
The first person to see Superman in action is a pimp. Also, it was Brando's idea to put the Superman logo on his chest.
It was also Brando that refused to memorize any of his dialogue, so he's reading from cue cards off camera.
Yeah,
You know
and
what? That's
Jor-El's diaper, the famous father scene, like the greatest father speech in history of film, is read off Kal-El's diaper.
But
That's why he's the greatest actor.
Very and quite typical of Marlon Brando. He didn't like to memorize his lines. Island of Dr. Moreau, he has an earpiece in, and someone is saying the lines to him.
They said that during that movie that he would pick up like cop signals, and he would start saying that as the lines.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
because he couldn't tell the difference. By the way, I've always loved the ring thing that's spinning around.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
They brought it back when Jeff Johns was writing Action Comics. He's like, of course that's what the Phantom Zone looks like. He had Gary Frank draw all that.
We get to thank Jeff Johns for helping making this.
Oh, he was Richard Donner's production assistant in the 90s, which means he probably had a hand in helping make Lethal Weapons 3 and 4.
Ooh.
And
if I needed to love the guy anymore, I mean, we said it before that like Jeff Johns is the fucking man when he writes Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best Superman
He's
writer
like
in
the
years.
Godfather of DC.
And he did help oversee the 2001 cut.
And I stared at his ass at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, well formed.
Yeah, it was. He was in very good shape. Very good shape, Josh. He was in very good shape. Guilty.
That figure.
Guilty.
It's weird how much of Clark's family is related to like law and
What if
court
Dredd?
proceeding.
What if Dredd stepped
Really
out?
just Jor-El.
Dredd stepped out and
Well-
put him in handcuffs.
Like if you watch the Supergirl series, you'll realize that her family is also directly involved in like the court proceedings back when the planet was still a planet.
What I love about Brando is he doesn't give a fuck about this movie.
Almost to the point where he hates this movie.
But what he doesn't
Really?
to the point of he made so much money. But the thing that's great, even
And
though
the entire reason they cut him out of Superman 2 is because he sued the producers because they weren't paying. He's like, guys didn't pay me enough of the royalties from Superman the movie. And it's like, fuck you, you're making so much money.
yeah, here comes the best line ever.
The best close-up.
Yeah.
Which I recreated in our Halloween video that we did last year.
That's right.
Yeah. I will say,
Up on YouTube now.
all due respect to Michael Shannon, I love him in most things. Boardwalk Empire, awesome.
Yeah.
Terrence Stamp smokes.
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Shannon is odd.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. Terrence Stamp is Zod.
Does he do a better Zod or Jor-El?
Zod.
Ooh.
I liked his
I mean, he's
Jor-El
just a
on
Jor-El
Smallville,
voice.
but I don't like Jor-El that much on Smallville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a bit. Well, he is a dick on
It's
Smallville.
so that part's kind of unnecessary. This is a great shot coming up. There's gonna be so much of me being annoying and saying this is a great shot coming up, like you've never seen this movie before. But
That's fine. That's the kind of stuff that I like in these commentaries.
I mean, Jake, it's been so long since I've seen this movie. I'll need to know when a great take is coming up.
I'll let you know, friend.
This is a great shot of the Phantom Zone flying at them.
Yeah. Oh,
And they know. They're like, oh,
they're
it's
gonna get put into an LP. Or I heard
A laser disc.
a Listerine mint strip.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh God, I
Do they still
remember
make
those
those?
were a
Listerine
thing.
mint strip. I think so.
No, I haven't seen them, but then again, I
Yeah,
haven't been
I
looking.
haven't seen those in a while either.
I'll
Sam.
look for some. We'll have them for this next commentary when they get released.
Yeah.
Yes, for the next commentary, we will try and trap each other in one of
Phantom
them.
Zone. I do love
Their trash bag clothes.
Yes, that. But I also love the way they show the Phantom Zone in Smallville. Just talking about like timestamps
yeah.
and stuff. You get to see the inside of it and why it's terrible.
Yeah. A little bit late to be asking for forgiveness.
Yeah. We're sorry.
You mean you don't ask for forgiveness when you've been sent to the Phantom Zone?
No, I usually try to do it beforehand.
What I was going to say
that's
really
what
quick
I'm doing wrong.
about Marlon Brando's.
Yeah,
Even
you
though
should start asking for forgiveness now.
even though you know Brando doesn't really give a shit, like you can't tell that when he's acting. He still brings his A game.
Yeah. Also,
No.
Do you need, because there's so many trademark elements of Superman, that, there's not so many, but there's different things like the S on the back of the cape, the spit curl, the trunks. Do you like the spit curl, or are you fine with
spit curl?
it?
I can go either way, but I'm not like beholden to it like I am, say, red trunks. But yeah.
I don't need Jarrell to have the spit curl.
Yeah.
I don't need the curl. I don't need the underwear on the outside.
Josh, you're breaking my heart.
Now the glowing outfits that they're wearing is actually background material, and they noticed how it reacted to the light when they were filming dailies, and they're like, oh, well, we'll just have them outfitted.
Yeah, because it didn't register when they were filming. Like, you can't really see it when they're walking around. It's something that showed up more on like the dailies.
Mm-hmm.
They were like,
I mean, it's silly enough.
alien.
Obviously, it works.
I like it.
Why are there Germans on Krypton? Or I'm sorry, Krypton.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Never liked that.
Krypton.
Did you know there's a cut of this movie that's over 3 hours long?
I would love to watch it.
You can find it. Look it up. I mean, look up. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you should look up the torrents, but it should be available on the torrents. Because when they were licensing this movie for network broadcast, I don't know if it's still the case, but back in the day, you would have to pay based on how long the cut of the film was. And so the Salkins, being the money-grubbing assholes they are, were like, okay, you can totally have Superman the movie, but only this cut of it, which was over 3 hours long. And, of course, being the highest-grossing movie that Warner Brothers had until Batman 89, ABC was like, okay, fine. And so, yeah, outside of the network broadcast, it hasn't been seen since. I think it's available online. But yeah.
I hope it has all the commercials, too.
Makes you wonder which version the CW would play nowadays.
Well,
they'd throw in the latest top 10 hit,
yeah,
a party club scene, and Stephen Amell. All fine.
I think there's a part of it in the 2001 cut, but they kind of like Man of Steel. This council sends an executioner to kill Jor-El because of his views on Krypton being destroyed. I don't think in this cut you certainly don't see the executioner kill Jor-El, but I think you see them send the executioner.
Man, I'm really not liking this version. I like a version knowing that he gets to send his son off.
Yeah, yeah. Not having a Michael Shannon analog stab him in front of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he still gets to see he still gets his son sent off.
Yeah. Very, very. Logan's Run.
As long as he gets killed after Kal-El has left the planet, that's fine.
Yeah, he's got to have his monologue.
He knows. Yeah, in this one, yeah, he knows.
It's almost like they're being like, one day you'll meet a woman that wear colors similar to this. Because that very much looks more Wonder Woman colors right there.
Oh, on his blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never got that Wonder Woman solo movie. I guess until
Yet.
Yeah, until 2017. But
yeah. Sorry, we don't really have anything we can have leading up to that, do we? Damn.
They just cast, speaking of Russell Crowe, they just cast Connie Nielsen from Gladiator as what's Wonder Woman's mom's name? Something Greek.
Yeah, something really Greek. I want to say it begins with a T.
No, it starts with an H. Hippolyta.
Oh, thank you, yes. Well done, Sam. Well done.
I have my moments. And for the next 10 years, everything in DC Superman universe was crystallized.
Yeah. Hey, for kids who love science projects, that wasn't exactly a bad thing.
You ever grow your own rock candy, Josh?
Sadly, no. But I do have a fascination for crystals.
It's delicious.
Much like Kevin Spacey in one of the later Superman movies.
We'll get there.
It's been a long, tough road.
A
For
long
Cal-
and winding road.
For Kal-El and for us.
You know, that was a lot of crystals. I'm glad he really knew the exact spot where to place that one singular one.
They're dispatching the executioner.
Yeah, there he is. Some metal.
Is that an executioner or WWE wrestler?
Well, I'm sure they have had a wrestler called the Executioner.
If he didn't dress like that, I am disappointed in him.
Right.
Again, we don't see the payoff in this cut, but I'm pretty sure in the network cut you actually see him stick it to Jor-El.
I mean, it's Brando demanding a lot of money, so I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah. Why don't you go shave your head, get enormous, and go to Cambodia or Philippines to film Apocalypse Now,
Yeah.
Brando.
Man, Father of the Year goes to him and the love he's showing.
That's why it's Lara L instead of Jor-El in Superman 2. At least in the theatrical cut. I think the Donner cut is back to Brando.
Yeah, there's some Brando in it.
So here he's focusing in on a diaper, correct?
Yes.
This is one of the great cinema pauses.
It even kind of looks like he's reading.
Yeah, it looks like he's not looking at the child at all. Ugh. I took the Codex over that.
Never the Codex.
Never.
Never again.
With his dragon firefly.
friend slap flag.
Yeah.
Fuck Dard.
I like that little
Oh.
creature.
Thank you for taking this bullet for me as I fucking land and just crush you, you winged dragonfly freak. Stupid opening. There's that pause. That pause is for me is up there with like the most human.
We'll get there too.
It's like, forget you, Dad. I'm going to take some of these crystals for the road.
You see some Kryptonians fucking go out hard in this movie.
They basically pirouette on the way down.
So, that's, if I'm to understand correctly because of the color, that's kryptonite right there, right?
No, it's a green crystal. But it
They might have thrown people off because
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, green crystal means kryptonite."
He's killing his son.
Yeah, I'll give you that it's misleading, or like not misleading because that implies a malicious intent. But
Well, technically it wouldn't affect him until he got to Earth, and at that point it would just continue to make him
'cause
human.
He has it in his hand. What
if it were kryptonite, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
It is a crystal he uses to basically power the
Yeah.
Fortress of Solitude.
It's the data crystal that kickstarts.
Kryptonite is radioactive
bits of his
bits
homeworld.
Of his homeworld.
Right.
Which
Is
I mean,
green.
if I may Neil deGrasse Tyson real quick,
Oh, please
everything should be radioactive. Like that ship it has that kind of radioactivity in theory because it's like from Krypton.
Crystals do absorb the properties of the elements around them.
Yeah. So
But it all became
those-
radioactive because of the sun exploding, right?
The Rao, the son of Krypton.
and also like everything has its own form of radioactivity. Like you and I have radioactivity. There is an element of radioactivity.
Wait, I'm a
within-
Marvel superhero?
Yes.
Yes.
The
yes.
problem is, or the difference, not so much the problem. The difference is that you're not a harmful type of radioactivity to me. Now, if you went up and hugged someone from Krypton, you might be harmful to them, just like they are harmful to you.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure the deleted scene of like the random tinfoil man would come. Like I almost feel like that's what they're reacting to. Him like walking in, being like, "Yo, I'm here to kill you."
And then it just becomes a scene from Tron.
That guy was poorly placed.
This is what happens if we don't listen to Al Gore and
This
the
is what happens when you
inconvenient
fuck a
truth.
stranger in the ass.
Yeah.
That too.
I love that he passes by fucking the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
I also like that they later redesigned the ship and make it look like a Christmas ornament.
I mean, it kind of looks like Christmas ornament. The beat is about to drop on Krypton. Guilty. Guilty.
Why was Jarrell the only one that had to be present for the trial of Zod? Everyone else could literally phone it in.
Yeah, because he's their jailer. Also, which I guess is a responsibility he gets from, because according to the Science Council, Jor-El's the one that discovers the Phantom Zone.
And makes the Phantom projector or whatever.
Now we get
that's Hank Henshaw.
Yeah, we're about to get shots of
Yeah. He was right.
Magneto was right.
Yeah.
Cyclops was right.
Leonardo DiCaprio should have won an Oscar.
I believe in Harvey Dent. Oh, look!
Oh, hey, look at that! You can see the background from when they shot that.
You couldn't have fixed that in the director's cut there.
Nope.
Yeah. Hey Jeff,
Yeah.
Johns.
Yeah.
Make
We will
sure
not
no
George Lucas
Superman
this.
movie
We
ever
will
makes
not
that
George
mistake
Lucas this.
again.
More weird chemicals reacting together. It's not just magnesium burning. It's also like oil in water and milk and stuff like that. But
Milk.
Blood, sugar, sex, magic.
yep.
They're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
This poor ornament just finding the right tree to land on.
And then the Beatles released Rubber Soul.
I like
and
that-
the world
I like that-
fucking exploded.
I like that Jarrell is teaching him earth science. It's like, yeah, sure, you'll learn this because you're going to probably go to an earth school, but...
We want to give you
everybody else.
Yeah,
You know,
we
in
want to
the,
give you a head
I
start.
mean, it's like those parents that make they like listen to classical music while their
Baby
kids are in the room.
Einstein.
Yeah.
You know, in the Fleischer cartoons, he's raised in an orphanage in the first episode.
Yeah, which he was originally in the Golden Age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Golden years.
You mean a random farm family didn't discover him off the side of the road after crash landing?
Silver Age, baby, Silver Age.
Huh.
And then Lionel Luther helped them keep the secret.
Yeah.
And Remy Zero did the theme.
That's right. They played at their prom or homecoming.
Is your favorite part of the film Smallville? Of this film?
Probably. I mean, there.
Baby Clark Kent Donner.
I'll point out my favorite scene in the whole movie and like any Superman theatrical release. But yeah, each moment, like Sam was saying, each kind of act has its moment. But I think the Smallville stuff is so great. Although the actor who plays young Clark Kent totally gets David Proust, and his voice is overdubbed by Christopher Reeve,
Which he didn't know until he saw the film.
Yeah.
By the way, baby Clark Kent, or this kid right here, looks totally like I did at his age. It's terrifying. When I first saw this movie, I thought it was me. And I was like,
So
I don't
you-
remember being in a movie.
So you're
I don't remember
Superman.
that. Yeah, I don't remember lifting a car.
Hey, look, it's Glenn Ford, who was in the original version of 310 to Yuma. Ah!
Yeah. And there he is, terrified. I do like that they give the reason why they call him Clark Kent in this. It's always a nice little touch. Like where they got the name from.
We haven't invented those newfangled indoor door
Yeah.
handles yet.
But they have invented a very quick-acting window drop
It
mechanism.
can't be complicated, but too complicated.
I told you we need locking mechanisms on the car doors. You mean like locks? Like locks that come on every car?
Yeah, it's 1993. God damn it, Muldoon.
I had that same Ford Explorer. They come stock with power locks. Muldoon.
Look at my penis. Hey, guy that played Clark Kent as a baby. Highest grossing Warner Brothers film until 1989.
Everyone has seen your donger.
Your butt ass fucking naked.
Butt ass.
I like he's like looking at him saying, "I'm fucking yoked out of my mind, bitch." Fucking jacked.
This kid's got this look of, I'm gonna be taken home and kill you
Crushes
both.
Martha to death on accident because he doesn't know his own power.
Don't underestimate my power.
Yeah.
Don't try it.
Only the Sith deal in absolutes.
In my point of view, Jedi are evil. Get the fuck out of here, George. Go compare Disney to white slavers again, you asshole.
Don't hold back, Sam.
Although, if you ever want to hang out, George, we'd love to hang out with you, George.
Neck fat and all.
Yeah.
The gobbler.
Jesus.
You say the neck fat goblin?
No, the gobbler.
Oh, these
like
are neck
he's
fat
got like the.
goblin.
You know,
Like
you
it's
know,
another
if he
entity.
wasn't going to hang out with us already,
Yeah.
I think you just...
Hey, I own 2HX1138, George. Let's hang out.
as do I.
And American Graffiti. And more American Graffiti, which I don't...
That's the decider.
Yeah.
If you owned Red Tails, he'd be all about it.
I almost bought that just because he was on it, and I was like, the battle sequences look cool. Music cue. Yes. How many times throughout our episodes have we done that somewhere?
You know,
Tweet at us with the number. We'll
now that
assume
we
you're
look
right.
back at that spacecraft, yes, he's definitely not from here.
Martha Clark Kent.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, just the look of this second act is just so fucking gorgeous.
They filmed it out in around Alberta, Jeff Lemire's stomping grounds.
There you go. It's always cheaper to film in Canada.
Yeah.
Canada?
Canada.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Alberta, Canada.
Even back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably cheaper. Like,
Yeah, because
No, I
people
don't
weren't
know.
doing it all the time.
You know how much the Canadian dollar is worth against the regular
yeah.
dollar these days?
I don't know all
Not a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
Like 70 cents to the dollar. It hasn't been that bad since like 2003.
Yeah.
There's your little economics lessons about the loonie.
So
Well,
it
I mean,
was
they call it the loony.
Superman the movie that really inspired every single science fiction related project to be filmed in Canada.
Sure.
I'm sure, yes. And George Lucas is like, that was the mistake. I filmed in Tunisia, not in
Yeah.
Canada.
And
Yeah.
in England.
That's where you went wrong, Lucas. That's
Oh,
where
that's
you went wrong.
that's what.
Well, that's
That
where
was
it
the
went wrong
beginning of
first.
the end. I love you, George Lucas. Don't listen to these bums. I'll drop them in a bad habit to hang out with you, George. Fuck them.
Jake will love you and your gobbler.
That's right. You know what? Fuck it.
Just let me rest inside it.
Yeah.
Hang from it.
Yeah, like a kangaroo. I'm like, hey guys, come on in.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't until
Let me watch your small experimental films.
Yeah.
It wasn't until this dude
home
saw
theater.
the fucking final cut of the movie
Yeah.
that he realized
Yeah,
that
Prowse.
all of his
That's not my voice.
Speaking of Prowse, though, David Prowse did train Christopher Reeve to make him like bulk up, and this shot's fucking badass.
Yeah, that was the big reason. That was the big reason why they didn't cast him right away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they fucking, like we said in Superman and the Mole Men's commentary available now.
Yeah.
They approached Christopher Walken.
Mm-hmm.
They approached Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood coming back, dude.
Fuck
They
it.
approached fucking Charles Bronson. This is like 1978.
Yeah.
Charles Bronson is like already like Death Wish Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's Lois Lane
And there's Kirk Allen, the original Superman.
and Noelle Neal, the original Lois Lane. Which means that Lois Lane is like super young
Yeah.
compared to Clark Kent. Well, like 5 to 10 years.
He's in high school in this, and she's clearly not.
Did you know that what's his name tore like several leg muscles because of filming this sequence?
Real quick.
Did he?
Hold on. Where is it? Where's the shot? Jesus Christ. What? You can see the cameraman there.
So he's older.
Yes.
Considerably, though Margot Kidder is
Considerably.
a couple years older than Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Golly!
Yeah, City
That is-
Miles, literally.
Yeah.
Creepy. Creepy.
That is cool with the Kirk Allen, the original.
Oh yeah,
original
Kirk
Superman.
Allen, man. The only reason he wasn't in Superman in the Moment is because he asked for too much money.
And he was a good looking Superman.
He was a good looking Superman. George Reeves looks good.
They all look good. All the Supermen.
All of them look good, except for maybe George Newbern. Just kidding. We only need his voice.
Yeah, that's why he's animated.
Yeah.
He has a face for cartoons.
Yeah, so
I got a gigantic penis. Duh, Pete
Yeah.
Ross.
there is another universe somewhere where Sam Peckinpah directed Superman starring Clint Eastwood.
The only reason,
And it's
or
just
the
squibs and a lot of slow motion.
the big reason Sam Peckinpah didn't get the director's gig is because while he was meeting with the producers, he pulled out a gun.
Could you imagine, like, what would have happened if, say, he gets...
Watch bullets bounce off me.
Yeah. Say he...
Bounce off you!
say Sam Peckinpah gets the role, right? Or he's the director. And he starts to film it. And the same thing happens. They try to fire him halfway through his own movie. And this is the guy who like, pulls a gun out on the set of The Wild Bunch to let him know this is what I want the gun to sound like. Or to pull a gun out at the fucking meeting.
Yeah, what preempted him?
There would have been no
gun
Sam
out?
Peckinpah director's cut because they would have been like, no, fine, just release it the way
This
you
is
want.
how
Sam
I want
Peckinpah.
bullets to bounce off Christopher Reeve's chest. Pow! Oh, shit.
Yeah. Sam Peckinpah's like, put me in, I'll be Superman.
Get me, Clint.
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman could have been Superman. They approached Robert Redford, but he's like, I'm like 40 and I'm too famous. And they're like, fine.
I like for Superman to be the more unknown. Like, I'm fine with Christopher Reeve being
Yeah.
the third build, you know. Batman makes more sense to...
He gets the top bill down the line.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
had
mean,
no
definitely.
idea who Henry Cavill was until...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, most people
me
did.
too.
And they knew him from, like, the Tudors and the Tudors.
Not even
And I
that.
never saw that. So.
Cold Light of Day.
In the cold light of day,
Nope.
bitch, yeah.
Don't know that.
I own it digitally and on DVD.
I only speak goddamn fucking English.
It's terrible. It's a terrible movie. It's so bad.
So you love it.
Yeah, I own it twice. That's how much I hate that movie. Own it on Voodoo. It's just the worst.
Yeah, the best.
Bruce Willis is exceptionally terrible, and so is Sigourney Weaver in that.
This is my favorite moment in the film. Because it's when Superman realizes limitations despite everything he's got.
And this
And
little
it
line
mark-
delivery.
Yeah. It also marks him becoming a man, really.
Yeah.
And the fact that they play it out like this, there's not like the big close-up you know, it's...
You see Martha react
Mhm.
before her son.
In like the Superman lore, like, you know, we're talking about with like, you know, what do you like with the costume, the spit curl, the S. I am fine with, not that it's like super awesome, but I'm fine with Pa Kent dying and him being an adult, but having Ma Kent to go back to. I don't like when they're both gone.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
too.
no, that's just...
I like-
much prefer.
I like
living
Clark being
mom.
able to go home to Smallville with his mom. Like, I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Yeah.
Which is the only evidence that Superman 3 isn't in Superman Returns continuity. Because when he goes back to Smallville in Superman 3, he explains that his mom is long dead.
Mm-hmm.
He's always, I felt like needed some human element to go back home to.
Yeah.
Which,
And
like,
Or a human
DC was
elephant.
like, we need to isolate him more, make him, like, more alone,
Yeah.
kill off both his parents. Like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Not
like-
every one of your superheroes needs to be isolated.
Yeah.
It's like-
Especially someone like Superman. We know he's an alien. The thing that makes Superman awesome isn't that he's an alien and isolated. It's that he's an alien that comes to Earth and tries to be like us.
Yeah, it's like, DC, we get it. You hate parents for superheroes, but I swear, you kill both of his, and we're just going to riot.
Yeah, you kill Barry's mom, though that I
That
mean,
helps.
I saw the TV show that works. But the
Yeah, well,
I read Flashpoint.
it was, yeah.
But I
Kind of
mean,
needed.
I'm fine with him being more isolated in like Metropolis, like not dating
his
Lois.
day-to-day, yeah.
Yeah, but
That makes sense.
I love when he has his mom to go home to. Like that's just
Well, I felt like he comes home to someone he doesn't need to hide around. He can
Yeah,
express
exactly.
everything he's feeling.
He can let the cape down.
when he's in
Yeah.
Smallville, he doesn't have to be Superman. He doesn't also have to be reporter Clark Kent. He just gets
he
to
doesn't
be
have to
Clark
be bumbling Clark.
Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Clark Kent.
Yep. It's always nice to have that to come home to.
Beautiful
Yeah.
Alberta,
Just
fucking
let Mother Nature do the work for you, man.
gorgeous.
Alberta, Kansas.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
I mean,
really
there is-
didn't look
there
like
is an Ottawa,
Kansas.
Kansas.
What if
Yeah.
what if Clark Kent had a poster of the Wild
there's-
Bunch on his wall?
There's an airport in Ottawa, Kansas.
I'm trying to think. They
Or
also
near Ottawa.
approached Spielberg, but
Mhm.
Jaws hadn't been released yet, so they're like, let's see how it turns out. And then it came out, and they're like, do you still want to do it? And he asked for too much money because, again, the Salkinds are skinflints. Skinflints, you hear me?
What if Spielberg directed Superman? Holy
You're on
cow.
notice.
First you, Lucas. Now you,
Yeah.
Salkins. Who else can piss me off today?
How do you really feel about it, Sam?
Fuck them all.
Are these like shattered glass, fuck 'em all levels, or have we reached a new high?
Let's
Or
get
Foxcatcher.
let's get one thing straight.
Yeah.
Nothing
First things
will
first,
hit-
he'll eat your brain, Josh.
will hit shattered glass levels. That movie can
Not
go
even Foxcatcher?
not even Foxcatcher because it's just Steve Carell and Foxcatcher. And you know what? He probably did a good job. I'm just blowing his ass up.
Now,
Does he actually do a good job, Jake?
from someone who's seen both of the movies, Shattered Glass is way better than Foxcatcher.
Yeah, really.
I'm just throwing that out there. And I thought Foxcatcher was fine. For me, Mark Ruffalo is a fucking studly beast in that movie. Although, watch the
I saw
print.
Spotlight.
Yeah, why was he
Yeah.
never approached to play Superman?
Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah.
Because he's not Henry Cavill.
Yeah, because he was in Just Like Heaven with Reese
Henry
Witherspoon.
Cavill is the perfect Superman.
Oh,
for
yeah.
us. Just Like Heaven. Oh, shit. I've seen that movie.
No, you see,
That was
you
a deep
think
pull for me.
he
That was it's a good.
looking at this, knowing how kryptonite works, you think, why isn't he being affected?
He doesn't know how kryptonite works, and that's not kryptonite.
Yeah,
That's-
we'll see
Yeah.
that later.
Yeah.
With when they introduce, it's a lightsaber. We introduce fucking Lex Luthor.
So, at what point do they make kryptonite a known thing and make it green?
In the Superman mythos and canon, seriously, the reason kryptonite was created was so the voice actor for the radio serials could go on vacation. I swear to God, because they wanted to be able to still do Superman episodes, but they couldn't recast Superman. So what they did instead would have someone come in and cough and act sick, so that guy could go on vacation, and they needed something that could do that for him, and that's how they created kryptonite.
Yeah, it became so popular they put it in the comics. The first time we see it on
And
the
then
George
they
Reeves show.
overused the shit out of it.
Yeah, and they're like, no, there's red kryptonite and blue kryptonite and gold kryptonite. But the first time we see
Oh,
it,
God, the multicolored kryptonite.
Red
Yeah.
Kryptonite, the episode Red is one of my least favorite episodes of Smallville.
Sorry,
So he
Jeff.
turns
Yeah, and I love
super,
Jeff. I love Jeff Loeb, but
He turns
that
super
episode's good.
angry in that one, right?
yeah, that's
Oh,
robs
I
the
hate
bank.
that one.
Now this
Yeah.
is my favorite scene in the whole Superman live action. Cheerios. Comes
Movie
out.
Cheerios.
sponsored by it.
yeah.
Podcast, not yet.
Part of it's balanced breakfast.
Yeah, I do love Cheerios.
I do. Honey Nut.
Honey Nut all the way. Frosted Cheerios are good too.
But yeah, no, definitely honey nut.
But this is why when we were talking about Martha Kent still being alive as he's Superman is so, and Cheerios is turned again so we can see it, is so fantastic and wonderful because this is the moment where she realizes she has to share her son with the rest of the world. Like Clark's no longer just her boy because she knows he's special and going to go on to do wonderful
And
things.
just again, how fucking gorgeous is.
And again, the shot coming up where they're about to embrace and the music kicks in and it pans out, like it gives you goosebumps every time. It's one of the best acted scenes I think in this movie too. Because Clark doesn't even know he's
He knows he has to
scared.
do something, but he doesn't know
Yeah.
exactly what he has to do.
Well, it's also weird because didn't Jor-El tell him not to interfere with humans
History.
coming
yeah,
here?
history.
They can be a great people if they want to, Kal-El. You only have to show them the way. He's an asshole.
I was gonna say something sweet about it, but now it's past. Like the fact that like Clark's like looking out for his mom. He's like, "Look, people are still gonna take care of everything for you. Like I'm still making sure he's gonna be okay." But he is an asshole.
Ben Hubbard always be that prick.
Yeah.
In the comics, after the death of Jonathan Kent, Martha Kent eventually starts dating Ben Hubbard, who runs the general store in Smallville.
But he's still a prick.
Yeah, he's still just a fucking asshole.
It's a little too general, Clark.
Lots of planets have a north.
Remember Smallville.
Yeah. Best line of the series. Here's that. shot
Always
coming
remember
up.
the television show that ran a little too long.
By about 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as bad as Supernatural.
Yeah.
Even as hardcore a fan as you must admit, it's a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm waiting for the Apocalypse Part 2.
It's all seasons 6 through 11 are just a dream.
Yeah, a fever dream of the creator. Wakes up, series canceled.
And that's your favorite shot of it panning up?
Yeah, just the final, embrace between mother and son is nice.
I mean, being in Canada and going north, not wrong for where he's headed.
Was it For Tomorrow where Brian Azzarello gives Superman a base in the Fortress of Solitude in the Amazon?
Yeah. And they have Robot Clark.
Wait,
Who,
what?
watches Superman and Lois bang.
Yeah, and
Robot
gets
Clark's
jealous.
oh, I'm a robot.
Somehow you program with me with all your feelings and
Yeah, I remember the
personality.
first time when I was just flipping through it before I read it, I was like, "Oh, awesome! We get to see the Clark
We get to see
persona."
Superman bang.
Well, but I was we get to see the Clark persona talk to the Superman persona, and then I was like, "It's a robot." Because I'm like I said a million times, I'm always at the end of the day more interested in the Clark persona and what that means to be that person, as opposed to being the what he creates in the John Byrne universe, the trademark of Superman as a necessity. I'm going to turn this into a Beast House outfit. We were lucky enough, and I'm assuming, I don't know if Josh and Chris, in terms of the cons and stuff, when around that New York Comic Con, but we got to see the Christopher Reeve suit in person.
Yeah, the 2013 New York Comic Con
Yeah.
where they had all the Superman
All the
suits.
Superman suits. They had that. They had, so I guess, we all saw it, right?
Yeah.
The Christopher Reeve suit, they had the Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Lois and Clark, which is fine. They had the Man of Steel. They had the Nightmare Sequence Man of Steel and the
Black
Man of Steel,
trench coat from
Smallville, and they
Smallville.
had the Clark hillbilly, the fucking hitchhiker. suit.
Yeah, no, as far as suits goes, I've
Oh,
only
and sorry,
seen
and Bizarro Superman from 3.
the ones from the new movie coming out.
Yeah, but being able to see I'm assuming you felt the same way, to see the Christopher Reeve one in person, it hits it out of all the other suits.
That needs to be my profile picture again.
I have all of them saved if you still need them, but I
wanna see them.
Struck a chord
Yeah.
forever.
'Cause that's the Superman suit that I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm partial to the red trunks. If I didn't give a
all
shit
day, every
if
day.
I didn't give a shit about about Superman, I would be like, "Oh, red trunks." Though, having said that, you give a shit about Superman, you're like, I can
take it or leave it. Yeah. I love here. Let me pass it for him. I Superman was my jam growing up, and I don't need the red trunks.
I don't need you.
I mean, I've read and enjoyed Superman comics sans red trunks.
Sure, yeah,
And there's parts of Man of Steel I enjoy quite a bit.
sure,
But there's just remember the preview issue of the first Jeff Johns issue?
yeah.
Where they still had it in there
Yeah,
and
when
then
he's going through the Daily Planet and
Yeah.
have all the pictures. Of
yeah,
Superman.
I assume Dan Didio with a blue marker was like, no.
I did the art on this.
I'm the colorist.
Well, again, the Superman, the trunks on the outside of the pants isn't something to be oh, he's silly in his underwear. It was a idea of back when bodybuilders were in the the 20s and the 30s, they wouldn't have their flesh exposed, and they'd wear skin tight outfits with underwear on the outside to suggest the naked body of look at how fucking jacked I am, And so the idea of underwear on the outside of your kind of a skin tight outfit represented power, and that's why the superheroes did it. So it's not just this oh, they're stupid, they don't realize that they have their underwear on the outside.
I mean, by that logic, though, not understanding it just, to an outsider, seems silly still.
Again,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine.
Just
Oh yeah, and the Superman Returns outfit they had there too. I forgot.
yeah. My thing about the Superman Returns is it's got the weird lattice work.
Was that
Well, all the
the
little
one with all
S's?
the little mini S's
And
within the S?
I like the emblem being massive on the chest.
I don't
Yeah.
like the Superman suit being textured. Why the
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like texture to the suit.
I like the
Sam,
what
do
they
you
did
own
in the
that
new
flannel
52.
jacket? By the way, I feel like I've seen you in that flannel-esque jacket.
All the time.
Yeah.
I like the new 52. It being armor. kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that too. Or
Well, why does Superman need armor though?
Yeah.
the well,
Why does God need a starship?
the
We'll get there.
thumb holes for some of the suits as well.
Again, I'm old school with I like Martha making the outfit. Like that's super Americana and look, I made an outfit for you.
Very
that's fine, too.
Washingtonian.
Which is I love that line in Man of Steel where she says nice outfit. Nice outfit. Or I like the suit, I think she says. You silly goose.
We don't measure years on Krypton.
Yeah.
We measure.
I
Half
think
years.
they tried the first day where they're he's doing the line reading and he's like on Krypton and they're like, oh, Marlon, or Mr. Brando, it's Krypton, and he's like, Krypton. And they're like, okay, fine.
All right,
Whatever you say.
it's gonna get.
Or
I'm
it was,
surprised-
or it might have been like, do you think we should correct him? Or
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you try telling Peckinpah it's Krypton. He pulls out a handgun. Krypton.
The
Krypton's
difference
fine.
is Peckinpah would have got it right.
Bring me the head of
Bring me the head of Marlon Brando. No, I had posted I had asked
Mike Alfred.
thank you, Michael Allred, his favorite Sam Peckinpah movie because when I'm in a obsession of somebody, I just tweet out to random people that I like and ask them what their
Usually
favorite
Mike Allred.
is. Mike Allred's the fucking man on Twitter, by the way. And I was like, "What's your favorite Sam Peckinpah movie?" And he was like, I saw Straw Dogs recently for the first time in a while, but the Wild Bunch, and the Wild Bunch is fantastic. That's his magnum opus. And someone a lot of people responded, which is cool. Talk about I like this, The Getaway, or Cross of Iron, which was me pretty much. But we'll see. I'm rewatching all of them. And then someone in all capital letters was, "Bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia." And I wanted to be like, I got it coming on eBay. I haven't seen it yet.
I've never actually. It's one of the few Peckinpahs I've never seen.
should have just let me get the Laserdisc.
That's right. I should have.
It was like $5 versus $30.
Yeah. Well, I sent
for
Chris
the
a thing.
Blu-ray.
It was on Blu-ray. Like I want to get. I'm going to get. I have a couple Peckinpah movies on DVD, but I'm upgrading all the Blu-ray. So if you want any Peckinpah DVDs that I have that aren't Blu-ray, you can have them. But I saw it on Blu-ray for like $30, which is the cheapest I've seen it on Blu-ray, and I was like, sweet, and I'm the highest bidder, and I sent it to Chris. I'm like, look at this shit. And then yesterday I was like, Chris, I don't want this movie for $30. I'm still the highest bidder. I should have just got it on Laserdisc.
Did you win?
It's still like 2 days away.
Uh-huh.
I did win The Getaway for $7 on Blu-ray. I want the movie, but I just don't know if I want to pay $30 for it on Blu-ray. But I'm a man of my word. And then the Beatles released Let It Be, and people were like, what the fuck? Look at that red star.
So he chose Earth for Clark to serve the people? Because he
I mean,
said
you
to
could take-
Well,
serve
to
their
serve-
collective humanity.
yeah, I
to
mean, don't
other
be
people.
a dick.
He's going to cook them. Yeah. It's to serve man.
Yeah.
That-
Haven't you watched that Twilight Zone episode?
Yeah. Krypton is Latin for
It's a
meat eaters, flesh eaters.
Or
So
Crystal?
Clark's
Cook-
true purpose was a short order short order cook
Order cook, yes.
Yeah.
in
A sous
Metropolis.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look at that for no reason, but it's kind of cool.
Zardos.
It's
I'm Arthur Frayne, and I'm Zardoz.
no, he looks like
I'm afraid to
what's his
Well,
face
Could be my birthday.
from Star Fox.
Andros?
Yeah, looks
Like-
like a little bit like original Andros.
Oh, the Super Nintendo version
Yeah.
where
This
he's
is
just
when
a
people
silver
shit
face.
their pants. By the way,
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I believe he's flying.
and then we cut to the grit of New York.
Yeah,
or-
New York in the 70s. Rolling
Metropolis.
Stones, New York.
Yeah,
Or
AKA
Metropolis.
Metropolis.
Yeah.
is there a better overall performance, as in alter ego and superhero, than Christopher Reeve Superman?
Oh, no.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Because I agree as well.
I think I know exactly what street they're on. Like, I can't, like,
I
be
think
like,
the
oh,
second
yeah, that was
street.
the fucking...
I love
Chrysler
Lois's
building
little
in the background.
smiley. She's like, like the,
That's
yeah.
why I recognize it,
Yeah.
because I used to work near the Chrysler building.
Yeah, we're about to get goofy ass
Yeah.
Lois smile.
Do you want to explain the Margot Kidder picture that used to always with her in the Superman sweater.
Oh, like we're talking like sexy Margot Kidder.
Sexy Margot Kidder.
I mean,
Ugh.
No, I just remember like
You
when
should
we were
smile,
watching these.
not
probably
scare, frightened children.
Probably the last time we watched these together, I remember saying I was like, "Oh, there's just one picture of Margot Kidder from Superman 2 in the Superman outfit. It's just so sexy."
yeah, it just does it for me every
Yeah.
time, man.
More power to you, man.
Every fucking time.
I think she has.
Do you have that photo handy with you?
I think she has. He's like, "Do I?"
It's my background.
I think Margot Kidder handles the sass and the quick wit of Lois Lane perfectly.
Yeah.
Erica
Probably
Durant is
better.
still my favorite, but she's very, very good as Lois Lane.
Never mind.
What?
I was about to say probably better than.
Oh, better than Erica Durant? Fuck you, sir.
Did you know that what's her name? Margot Kidder used to date Tom Mankiewicz, who wrote this movie.
Oh,
Does they know this
interesting.
movie? The Mank. You know who Tom Mankiewicz was a mentor for in film school?
No.
Kyle Higgins.
Oh.
So if you ever see Kyle Higgins at a con, ask him
Right.
about Tom Mankiewicz.
After I go crazy about Batman 89 again, I will. Christopher Reeve also does a great job in making you believe that no one would think he was Superman.
I don't even believe
Yeah.
he's Superman.
I mean, his voice, his posture, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. There's a great
Yeah, but
thing,
he
there's a
does
great
it without
side-by-
overplaying like the voice or the posture or anything like that.
Yeah.
There's a great side-by-side photo you can find easily online where you see just the facial expressions he'll make. Right here. This is great. Right, sugar. I want one of those shirts.
You know who would be a good Lois Lane?
Who?
Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
The
can see it.
Did anyone here watch The Following? I feel like Josh, you would have watched. You've seen.
Not
You
yet.
watch every show. Okay. There's a character on season 2. You failed me, Josh. On season 2 or 3 of The
You
Following.
have failed this podcast.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Her
I
name's-
haven't done that yet.
Her name's like yeah, remember her name? It's terrible. But there's a
Who?
Kevin Bacon's niece on The Following is my dream Lois Lane. Like if I was casting the show.
Well, anyone related to Kevin Bacon?
Well, I mean, she's on the show. She plays his niece, not in real life.
Oh.
Ooh.
Right there, she gets in her mind. I'm gonna do him at some point.
And then I'm going to wear his Superman costume.
Still looking for it.
Apparently not often enough, Chris.
For some reason, it just hits all the buttons, man. Just all of them.
All three of them.
Yeah. Left, right, and center.
Any
Not
which
bad,
way but
not
loose.
bad.
Any
Looks
which
a
way
little-
you can.
Big on her.
Well, I mean,
It's supposed to fit Superman, so...
That's the best response to that picture of all time. It's a little big on her. It's built for Christopher Reeve,
yeah, after
man who put
after
on,
working
like-
with Prouse.
yeah, a professional bodybuilder.
Post-Prouse Reeve.
Swell.
Swell Clark.
We're living on this island Earth. Oh.
Fuck it, I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah.
Just
Why
mark
is
my
the-
words.
Why is the camera angle canted right now? It's so strange. It's almost like the cameraman was just kind of slowly falling over.
Steadicam has just been invented.
Probably not even using it in this movie.
Yeah.
Thanks to Rocky.
Mm.
This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie as well coming up. Probably my favorite Christopher Reeve moment. if Sam Peckinpah was directing this, Lois Lane would have been shot probably 1 million times with squibs in slow motion. Superman would have punched this guy's head off in slow motion, and he would have saved Lois's life somehow.
Sam Peckinpah.
By-
I'm not trying to stylize violence. I'm just going to use slow motion for all of it.
Clark would have used his heat vision and turned him into paste.
Mm.
He's solving his own problems. He's well dressed for a stick-up artist.
This is the 70s. Everyone was well dressed.
Yeah,
It was
he's
a
trying to-
classier world.
Yeah, he's trying to look like Art Garfunkel.
Yeah, that's right. Evil art.
This is one of my favorite Christopher Reeve Clark Kent moments coming up.
Yeah. Music cue is perfect too. Almost winks at the fucking camera.
Yeah, basically does.
Like, I'm a beast.
He's
I
like,
know.
Yeah, they have.
still got it.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite Christopher Reeve moment.
Oh, I decided to look it up. The building that inspired the globe atop the Daily Planet building is the Paramount building in Times Square, or around Times Square. It might not actually be in Times Square. But if you Google it, you can see a picture of the actual building with the actual globe on top of it.
Nice.
Ah, the world's greatest villain.
I just had a physical reaction. Not a good one.
Boner either way, though.
Well.
Your sphincter tighten up?
Yeah. Opened.
I'm going to have to burn this couch, aren't I?
For the best, Chris. For the best.
Really, there was movies you had to burn it a long time ago for.
Just keep rotating cushions.
There's two things in this movie that prevent it from being like the Superman movie for me.
Is this one of them?
One of them is the antagonist.
Land development?
Just period.
Just Lex Luthor.
Yeah. Luthor, Otis. Miss Teschmacher, I can go either way.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, look who it is. Lethal Weapon Captain himself.
I think this is Penn Station.
Yeah.
Looks like Penn Station.
Sounds about right. It's not a.
Oh,
it's
no.
not a.
No, it might be
Grand Central?
Grand Central, yeah.
He has to survive so he can be the chief in the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yep.
Ooh, air-conditioned cars.
What will they think of next?
Yeah.
Removing it?
Oh, smoking cars.
What will they think of next?
Removing it? I can go on with these.
To be fair, they still have air-conditioned cars.
I'll believe it when I feel it.
My dad loves trains.
As do I.
Yeah.
It's my preferred way to travel.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking, it's...
Statistically speaking, it's unsafer.
It's more. I was always struck by how expensive it was to train. You'd
Yeah.
think at some point, like, we'd be like, train shouldn't be as pricey. But no, here we are.
Yeah.
Fucking 2016.
Well, because,
It's the
fuel
politics of Amtrak.
and
There, I
fuel
said it.
And
Well,
parts,
yeah.
maintenance.
Lack of teleportation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it is like
Hyperloop. Elon Musk will save us.
Yeah. I was about to say, it is like a 200-year-old technology.
For 200 years, looking pretty good.
Now, if we're led to believe that this is all from the inside the mind of a child as a play, we're about to see a man be killed by a train.
Yeah.
Viciously and savagely.
Children are vicious, Jake. It doesn't matter what time period.
You'll
or
believe a
what
man
age.
can be killed by a train.
Yeah.
You'll believe a child can imagine a man can be killed by a train. I mean, if he was willing to believe Lois could be mugged by a gun. Now, in scale of how dark the Superman films get before, like, the most recent one, I was
pretty
just
dark.
rating pretty dark for a Superman movie.
It's pretty dark. Now, why does he have a standard walkie-talkie, whereas the other guy had, like, the car, like, thing? Always seemed kind of weird.
He wore this hat.
Bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia.
Great movie. Up until the fucking villains.
Like, Gene Hackman's a great actor, but I can't stand his Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
I love his Lex.
Fantastic.
I'm okay with his Lex, but oddly enough, I cannot stand what we have seen so far of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex, which seems to be pretty much the same Lex. So
Except I don't think he's vying for land.
We don't know yet.
we don't know. I'm merely speaking on his character.
I mean, to be fair, we've always been given a great Superman. We've never been given a great Superman villain on film, period.
Terrence
It's odd.
Stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only because he's pretty much like the evil version of Superman, just matched for like power-wise and things like that.
Superman-
But outside of that,
Superman 3 is evil Superman. matched with-
Literally. And then Superman 4 is Superman's clone. Nuclear Man 2.
but I mean, outside of a Kryptonian, we haven't been given anything else.
Yeah.
I wish they would stop harping on Lex Luthor being the villain. I would love to see, anyone else.
like-
I'd be cool with it, like kind of like his role in Superman 2 where he's like a secondary antagonist.
Yeah.
Well, the great
I'm
thing
fine with that.
about
Yeah.
Lex is like he never really served as like I felt a true villain, more like
A thorn in one side.
I'd say one that could just match Superman on wit, on brain power. But not the same. They could just match him on every level.
Mm-hmm.
They bring that back in Superman Returns. That entire sequence we'll see in a couple weeks, guys.
Also
As-
watch The Big Short.
Yeah. In theaters now, probably not by the time this thing airs.
Potentially still in theaters.
Yeah, maybe University Mall.
Find a way to see The Big Short, however possible.
Coming to DVD soon.
Yeah.
Or now, depending on when you're listening to this.
Yeah. Chris does. He used to live in New York City.
True that.
I just learned the joys of renting recently, so yeah.
Yeah, you haven't tried New York rent yet.
Oh God, no. I'd rather take a long walk off a short pier.
Coney
Well, that's
Island.
because you don't like
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah, that too.
Talk to the hand.
So this is Perry,
For a
right?
second, I thought that
Yes.
picture behind Lois back there was a picture of Sam Peckinpah.
You have Peck
Really?
and Paul in the brain.
Super.
He's your new Nick Cage.
Before long,
that's all
Jay's
I've
gonna start
dedicated my
seeing
life
him
to.
actually in the movie as like actual people.
There
Is
is
that
there.
Sam Peckinpah? No, that's the Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
You know, I actually would have believed that.
Even in 1978.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that all one shot?
Yes.
Nice.
I believe they used the New York Times offices after hours rather than construct a set, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Everyone's got 3 mortgages nowadays. It's a nice chair they got in the ladies'
I was gonna say, it looks pretty good for a ladies' room.
A lot of mirrors.
It's not locked, Clark.
I mean,
Not
the
even
man
a
who
stamp
saw
on it.
through her purse is like, nope, not gonna look through that door.
Because he has integrity.
He's Superman. God damn it.
Going up.
Yeah, because from this perspective, I could tell that.
I mean, there's probably an indicator light that he was pointing at. You just can't see it from here.
Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy.
Mind if I call you Dick?
30 seconds, no more dick.
You know, it's interesting that the roof of the Daily Planet building has a helicopter landing pad, but also that globe that is not in the shot right now, even though it's the roof of the building.
Chris, the roof transforms.
The globe falls down into hell.
After hours.
Yeah, and then the landing pad just comes out. It's like an ice hockey rink.
Literally something that had never popped into my mind until this viewing.
Like, after they take off, it will transform into a basketball court.
I will say this is, probably the most iconic moment in the movie. Definitely my favorite, Superman moment. But I will say, as a bit of a tease, my favorite Superman moment is actually Man of Steel now. Before Man of Steel, this was my favorite Superman moment, but I will say it's now in Man of Steel.
That's just Margot Kidder being Margot Kidder.
Yeah, she's just being Miley. You know why Richard Donner was hired as the director?
For the scene alone?
Well, the strength of the how much the filmmakers like The Omen, which he directed before this.
This is a stupid idea. Clink. Ah! So Superman has super hearing, right?
I was wondering if I should have brought that
He
up.
literally can hear everything that's going on right now.
Do you think at any point he realized that
But
was
no,
happening
he's like,
in the elevator?
Lois wears this hat.
Oh, that's going on.
I should have used my super hearing.
Oh, let me use this phone booth. Wait a second.
The entire idea there is because phone booths used to be commonplace in fucking New York. And of course, like in the comics and in like the George Reeves show, he would use a phone booth. Here we are in 1978. Public phone booths aren't really common in New York City anymore. Just like public phones aren't that common in New York City at all anymore.
So he's got to use a back alley.
Yeah. Well, he uses...
Rotating door. Revolving door.
Like Jake was saying,
Yep.
first person to see Superman in action, a pimp.
I feel like you're just assuming that man's a pimp based on his clothing and
Jive ways.
yeah, and the fact that it's a 70s
There
movie,
was, like,
so
2 women right next to him.
yeah, who are clearly being pimped out.
Hey, he could be enjoying a really, really nice night with those 2 fine ladies.
We're thinking way too much about this.
Yeah.
It's a Richard Donner movie.
You're right. He's a pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from the guy that directed The Goonies. There isn't a lot of subtext.
It's
Yeah.
hard out here for a pimp.
Academy Award-winning song. I think I don't know if I said this at the beginning. I think it was off mic. In the original script,
He drops it.
Telly Savalas as Kojak was supposed to show up and say, "Who loves you, baby?"
Be like, nobody, get out of this movie.
Why don't you go back to Honor Majesty's Secret Service, where you like get kind of paralyzed?
Yeah.
Hey, you really love Kojak, don't you?
I like Kojak just fine, but I don't want Kojak in my Superman movie. Yes, my Superman movie, Josh. I made the motherfucker
It's mine.
8 years before I was born.
Stranger things have happened. You'll use that line again.
Using the Flash.
Superman did?
In the Jeff Johns written episode, Barry says that to Felicity when they're on the train.
Meh, meh, meh.
Bye, I'm freaking awesome.
And faint.
Concussion.
The movie?
Yes.
Starring Will Smith.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
Superman's an okay movie.
Concussion, the movie that the NFL doesn't remember that it doesn't want you to see.
You actually saw it, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It was all right. Will Smith's performance was fucking A+, man.
Were
Movie
you
itself was
compelled to
okay.
tell the truth after it?
I was. I told the truth that the movie was fine and his performance was fantastic.
I do like this sequence.
The montage of Superman busting crime.
Just this particular one.
This particular crime.
Yeah.
This guy's like, oh, it's like pop up, and he like falls backwards.
Because this shows that he has total control over gravity.
And a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
Better than Gene Hackman and Ned Beatty. Actually, it's not their fault.
A script's a script.
Yeah.
It's half.
Get that sucker off my foot, son.
Sucker. I'm going to let him die.
Crime doesn't pay. Flies away.
Yeah.
He like just eviscerates through him.
Yeah. Explodes everywhere, and he's like starts laughing manically, like, ah.
A fish.
I'm mooning.
Oh, Jesus.
Book 'em, Dano.
Yes, the Mooney line
Who loves
started
you,
with a
baby?
cop.
Get out of here.
Would eventually evolve into Jada Pinkett Smith.
All of a sudden, the Dark Knight Returns Batman shows up. Just epic crossover.
You're in for a show tonight, son.
The lightning, like,
Oh, it's a luchador.
yeah, it's 21 Pilots. Entertain my fate.
This kid's got one hell of an active imagination.
He's got nothing else to do. It's
Do you ever play
1978.
with toy cars?
Yeah.
No.
The Atari 2600 is on the cusp of being released. He doesn't have anything else going on.
Poor kid.
I was playing the Neo Geo last night. It sucked.
Poor Neo Geo. I'd appreciate you.
Yeah, turkeys.
Jive ass turkeys. Fro ass man.
Ass man.
I feel like that's the most inefficient way to count bills.
Yeah, especially because he's like doing multiples.
Yeah.
Looks like 70s Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Hey, I see a Superman on the front of my body.
Yeah. Kind
This-
of looks like a
this-
cardboard cutout, but
yeah.
he's not. He's
This
Christopher
motherfucker right
Reeve.
here. I'm sorry.
Got the good vibrations, huh? Quick as the week, huh?
And red trunks. Fuck you.
Nobody wears red trunks.
Good luck getting this boat out of here. Bye.
I've ruined traffic for everyone.
Man, Superman, you're really a dick at times.
I feel like you could have handled that better.
But no, you wanted to make a spectacle out of yourself.
Yeah. Way to go, Clark.
What a dick.
This scene is sweet and insane at the same time.
It's sweet until the punctuation.
yeah, the literal punctuation. that the fact that Superman still has time to save a cat from a tree after all the crazy other shit he's done. And then is beaten.
Within
Superman's
inches
on a-
of our lives.
Superman's been on a roll this evening. Disrupts traffic, gets
Yeah,
a
this is
child
like-
beaten.
This is like the worst day in Metropolis.
And he's completely oblivious that he's causing it.
Well, it's not that he's caught, but like,
Yeah.
there's like a fucking like jewel heist. There's a fucking airliner that goes down. There's a fucking running gunfight that they
There's
try
a
to.
helicopter that goes down.
Yeah.
This dude's
Which I
lines
never
are-
understand the
even
helicopter.
More, to even more, this is Air Force One,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is. It's funny too, like this guy's lines are every come on, he's like, "Don't look, just fly." It's up there with guilty.
Like, wasn't when the helicopter landed and they were like, no wind or like low wind? And then these massive storm just comes rolling in and fucks the entire city over.
Right before he saves the cat, we do see thunder rumbling
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah,
And-
but I mean, like,
and-
for the helicopter,
and
too.
meteorologists have always been terrible.
True.
This isn't 2015.
It's not even 2000. No, it is 2016. God damn it. Yeah.
But I was making a Back to the Future joke.
Right. Yes.
There's, you know, you could have just
Something
said what it was, and it would
on
have
the
taken
wing.
less time.
I love that episode.
Yeah. Or that segment of the movie.
Yeah.
Directed by George Miller.
Yeah, depending on whether you like John Lithgow or William Shatner.
I enjoy both.
Well, then you would enjoy both. Don't cut me off, son.
Yeah. Bullshit, Dad.
So be
Isn't that what you made me this fancy, colorful fucking suit, Dad?
To be honest, we don't really know where he got the suit from.
Earth time.
I remember stories on Krypton about Earth time.
where we had 4 extra hours.
Tell me another story about Earth time. Well, they believe a fat man with a white beard gives presents to every child and beats the bad ones with Krampus. Oh, Earth time.
Grandfather, tell us a story.
Huh? Fuck you, Brando.
Why don't you go film The Last Tango Paris?
Have stick a butter up your ass, Brando.
Yeah, have butt sex with Maria Schneider, you asshole.
Bring me the head of Brando.
Bring me the head of Alfredo Brando. I'll have the Alfredo Brando.
I know it was you, Fredo. I know it was you. You broke my heart.
Why can't I shake the image of, like, that's a actual dish in some Italian restaurant?
Alfredo Brando?
Yeah.
It probably is something.
How do you feel about Alfredo sauce?
I love
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm a marinara guy.
I like Alfredo.
No, I much prefer Alfredo.
As long as
Alfredo's
it's
good.
not too creamy.
Spoken like a true champ.
I like Olive Garden. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I like Olive
I
Garden.
like Olive Garden. I've been there.
Brain, give me those free breadsticks, biatch.
Dude, you can get a little trough of Alfredo sauce to dip your breadsticks in.
You can.
You can feel your veins clog,
In
but
terms
it's
of dipping,
so delicious.
Marinara sauce all the way. But I like a good Alfredo. I like a good Alfredo. I had a chicken Alfredo recently.
Here's a loop. Here's a loop. I like bolognese sauce.
That's good, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All the Italians, but bolognese.
Get out of here, Hackman.
Get out of here.
Yeah. French Connection.
You Hackman. Apparently he had a mustache at the time, and he was like, I refuse to shave my mustache, and Richard Donner was like, if you shave your mustache, I'll shave my mustache. What Hackman didn't know, Donner didn't actually have a mustache.
Yeah.
He had a fake stage mustache when he was meeting with him, and so Hackman shaves his mustache, and he goes up to Donner. He sees him with the stage mustache. He's like, "What the hell, Richard, dick?" And he's like, "Fine," and he rips it off.
Yeah.
And Hackman stayed in the movie. He wasn't like, "Fuck you." He was one of the guys that was him and Margot Kidder were the most, and the guy that plays Non were the most vocally against Richard Donner getting sacked in the press.
To the point that the new director was actually afraid of the actor who played Non and never spoke to him.
Bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
It was. We'll talk more about Richard Lester, the guy that replaced Richard Donner. Well, actually, I don't know. We're doing the Donner cut. So,
I mean, we can mention.
Yeah, he directs Superman
what we're
3.
not seeing.
Best known before this for directing A Hard Day's Night.
Mm-hmm.
So at least he's got one good movie under his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Superman 3. Oh, my least favorite of the Christopher Reeve Superman.
My least favorite Superman movie, period. Oh.
Yeah, actually, I guess you could say that for me, too, yeah. That's right. I would rather watch The Quest for Peace than Superman 3.
Oh, me too. Oh, yeah.
Any day.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Because I am Superman. I mean...
Yeah. Educated guess. Now, excuse me while I lower my glasses and incinerate your skull.
We're going to bang after this.
Gotta love the 70s.
I wonder how much cocaine was backstage.
What if Superman spelled
Not
horribly
enough.
and it was like child writing and he couldn't spell correctly? It was like
Well,
in
again,
crayon.
child's imagination, so yeah, it'd work.
Giant dick, actually.
Vibrator?
Same thing. I wish.
Maybe.
Could be me.
Can you read my mind, Superman?
Oh, God.
We should just sing that whole scene. Just to fucking
You
hammer
read my mind.
hammer it home how stupid it is. Like this. Fuck off.
You're the entire reason I keep you on payroll. Fine.
Get on up. It's pointless.
This is my own headline. How the fuck? Why am I the fuck am I so pissed off? Lois Lane chooses Timex, and so should you.
This is the scene that they would run to do the chemistry test between Superman and Lois.
Yeah, you know who one of the finalists was? Stockard Channing from Grease. Plays Rizzo in that film. Also, Mrs. Bartlett in The West Wing.
Yeah. I'm happy with the choice they went with.
I'm saying, man, Rashida Jones would be an awesome fucking Lois Lane.
I concur.
Yeah.
I'd pick Adele just so I could hang out with Adele. Oh, Superman, what's
First
up?
things first, I ate your brains.
Are you fucking Clark Kent? You Superman, right?
Have you ever seen?
Can you read my mind?
Have you ever
You could sing
seen
that.
Christopher Reeve's screen test
Yeah.
where he's got like the massive sweat stains because
Yeah.
he's so nervous?
Yeah.
Batman 66 style.
Probably doesn't even affect you.
Ruins that joke.
Truth.
Yeah. Speak it. Speak it.
Thanks a lot, Neil deGrasse Butler.
Yeah, seriously. Go be a scientist.
Next thing you'll tell me the toys in Toy Story shouldn't actually act like that.
I saw a tweet about that where it was like, "Hey, the toys don't do that. Toys that come to life." Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's like, you have better shit to do with your life, Neil deGrasse Tyson, than tell me how Star Wars isn't real.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to know how old I am, but I will tell you my one weakness.
Kryptonite?
Well, about lead. Oh, I can't see through lead. I also never tell a lie, because my entire life's a lie.
That was a line that was inserted by the producers because they're like, his entire life's a lie. Let's have him say that. And it's like, why?
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah. Hey, Salkins,
Hey,
fuck you.
You want to know why there hasn't been a perfect Superman movie yet, or like a Dark Knight level Superman movie? Because people like that exist.
Yeah. Alexander Salkins.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Salkins.
Taking you to task.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my my best friend George Lucas kick your ass.
Yeah.
With
He'll
his,
crush you with his gobbler.
He'll crush you like a bug,
with his hobgoblin.
and he'll laugh manically as he does it. Yeah. You want to watch THX, the director's cut?
Industrial light and sound. Crushing you.
I have an 8-hour cut of THX.
Yeah.
You want to watch it?
Would choke you with flannel.
I have an Alaskan mammoth named Indiana. Sit on your chest. Shit.
Yeah. I like that he goes right for it. He's not even like, I'm going to be a gentleman. No, I totally want to look at your underwear.
Oh, okay. This goes right in.
Put
This
this
goes
in the
right
thing.
in.
Okay, cool.
Let
But
me
we
get
won't put your
everyone-
age, though. We won't put your age, though. We don't want you to know. Your
But
age.
every single chance there's a villain that ever wants to defeat you, they need to know lead.
Yeah. It only comes in there handy in this fucking movie. I remember one of the other podcasts I listened to, they were like, hey, Superman, if there's anything lead, it's in that, if you're looking.
Krypton.
Parts unknown.
Like the Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. He's like, oh, he's like running with the ropes. Just destroying the ring and crushing everything.
And passing out from how much energy
Yeah.
he's expending before the match even starts.
What were we talking about? We were talking at the bar, like the one pay-per-view or event they were doing where it was like a half-mile long
Yeah.
run. They made it even longer.
Yeah.
So by the time he got there, he was just like zonked.
He didn't even make it the whole way down before he had to like slow down.
Yeah. And the fact he's like fucking jacked, so he's just like this
Like, fucking
tank
yeah,
running.
like John Cena is like the next Ultimate Warrior because he runs down.
Yeah.
He's one of these days. He's
John
gonna,
Cena for Superman.
Like,
I would love to see his Clark Kent, like for real.
it would be.
We
it would
wouldn't be
like,
able to see it.
It would be like the Ed McGuinness.
That's true. It's true.
It would be like the Ed McGuinness Clark Kent, who's still fucking jacked.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or remember how in
Ed
Also
McGuinness,
Superman,
one of my favorite Superman artists.
All-Star Superman, how like he can hunch over and give himself a double
Yeah.
chin.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah,
Fat
maybe,
Clark.
yeah, maybe that would be the John Cena.
The thumb.
The thumb. Although, and then there's Superman Confidential where he doesn't draw him as the thumb. Tim Sale.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah.
He probably because he got some shit.
Did he?
Like in the 90s when he first drew Superman for All Seasons, because people were like, you draw Superman, the way you draw Superman makes him look like a thumb.
The thumb of steel.
For truth, justice, and the hitchhiking way.
I'd believe it.
I'm saving this image of Margot Kidder in the Superman suit.
Good.
Okay, now I can change my browser.
I like how also a man that's unaffected by the weather and temperature changes would just know, like, you'll feel fine up in temperatures that would normally not feel fine.
Let me share with these guys that have not seen the thumb what Superman by Tim Sale looks like.
Yeah. One of my favorite images is
That's a
where
shame, because I
Lois is
love
standing
Tim
in front of
Sale's
him,
work.
and he just looks like a thumb.
Hey, Jake, do you remember what I did with John Cena and Shazam?
Yeah.
Someone did the same thing with Superman.
Oh,
I
hang
mean, for a colorblind man, he's not too bad.
on. I mean,
Color blindness doesn't affect shape.
yeah. John Cena's got the physique.
Ooh.
Ooh, ah.
And then here for your favorite pose, Jake. Opening up the shirt.
That's money. I love he's got the hat on.
Yeah, of course.
I like it.
The thumb. But then show him Superman Confidential how like it's fucking money.
Yeah. It's, again,
I
years
still
of...
like the thumb, but that's it's like Ronald Reagan in that picture of John Cena with the hair.
Yeah, with the fucking hair.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Everyone just Google John Cena Superman and look at the images because it's hilarious.
This is funny because it's on Christopher Reeve's body with
Yeah.
John Cena's head.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, the Can You Read My... Like, this is fine. When the Can You Read My Mind poem was originally written as a song that she would sing.
Ghostbusters.
And apparently they're not even, like, disguising the fact that Metropolis is in New York. They're like, hey, look, it's the Statue of Liberty. Awesome. Fucking Egon will control us with the NES Advantage in, like, 11 years.
And wreck shit with it.
Set to higher and higher.
Your love is lifting me higher.
I mean, to be fair, to kick evil's ass, that's what I'd rock out to.
Yeah. Positively charge it.
Yep.
This is a cool. I like them above the clouds. Like, ooh, cool. And they start talking. Again, this is my favorite.
He's gonna
Superman
show
movie,
her a whole
by
new
the way.
world, Jake.
Yeah. Put your arm out like this. I won't speak though.
Just trust me.
Now that shouldn't be able to happen.
None of it
The flying.
Okay, Neil deGrasse
Yeah,
Tyson.
the flying.
I'll let the flying go, but I just mean like her being able
This
to just stay
Never
up
made
perfectly.
any sense to me that Superman would let it get to this.
Which is like how he was able to take an entire elevator ride and not know she was in trouble until he came outside and looked up. Baby steps.
I guess I should eventually save her.
Let's kiss.
Let's kiss so hard I erase your memory.
First things first, I'll eat your brains.
Because that's what a motherfucking monster do.
I don't know. Let's go this way now.
Again, did you know that one of the producers on the 2001 cut was like, you can take this
rid of
out.
this. Yeah.
And Richard Donner was like, no.
Yeah.
It's like
Mm.
one of those rare times where the producer's like, hey, maybe listen to the producer on this one.
Yeah. You can have them flying around, that's fine, but cut all this mumbo jumbo out of here.
It's either that or they start singing A Whole New World.
Yeah.
Again, this was originally supposed to be a song.
Aladdin, you got some splaining to do.
A-okay, Lois, I dropped you, but you're swell. Hee hee hee. Ho ho ho.
Highest grossing Warner Brothers movie until 1989.
Thank God the bat came along.
Yeah.
What are you doing up here? This is my territory.
Hey, look, it's a pigeon.
Should have been a bat.
It's a John Woo flick.
So we're expecting a whole lot of squibs and exploding motorcycles soon.
This isn't Peck and Paw.
Well, this could be a John Woo flick, too.
He didn't even start. Hey, look, it's the Empire State Building. Because, again, this is clearly New York City, but it's Metropolis.
Really? I thought it was Gotham.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Although the big glowing M in the background couldn't give it away.
M for Manhattan.
It was way too long. Pecs.
Then Clark walks in. Gee, Lois, did I
Yeah.
miss anything?
The cool thing is, because this is all one take, it's just a projection of Christopher Reeve flying away. So they can facilitate it actually being Christopher Reeve walking in without a single cut. Remember 1978 special effects, people.
You mean he can't change clothing that fast?
How did he change clothes so fast?
He could basically disappear out of them, as we'll see later, or we saw already. Get your image knocking.
He's knocking at the door. Smoking?
Yeah.
Drinking tea?
Doobieing it up.
Hmm.
That's one of the moments where he becomes like douchey.
A moment where he's like, I could just do it.
Yeah, if I wanted.
I could just do it. I'm Superman. But, oh shit,
Oh, right, the glasses.
I have an oath to these glasses.
Yeah. I haven't changed my
Father,
prescription
I will
yet.
become.
glasses.
A life debt to these.
Excited about our date. I
Not
did
even
that
trying.
to her. I made her
There's
slur
drawings
her
on the wall,
words.
by the way.
I spent the night with Superman. A sex romp
Yeah.
by Lois Lane.
I
A
bet
story
Lex,
sent for Playboy.
I bet Lex hasn't even read those books.
Hmm.
I
What do
bet
you
Lex
think,
can't
Josh?
even read.
Just has them there for show.
That's why Miss Tessmacher's reading it.
Yeah.
Miss Tessmacher. Ah!
That's what I did.
He looks like a doctor from like Doctor Who, and I know that because I've seen like almost an entire season of
You're almost an expert, Jake.
Almost.
Almost.
stunts. I was in the French Connection.
I'm in Bonnie and Clyde!
Yeah, I'm in the Unforgiven. For fuck's sake, I won an Oscar. Sam's favorite moment whenever he's in physical pain.
Yeah. Just rips him in it like a fucking chest burster erupts. And it's like, ah, Mr. Luthor!
Predates aliens. Yeah, Mr. Luthor.
Xenomorphs in New York's metropolis.
I mean, Superman has fought him.
Yes, thanks to Ron Mars.
Is there life on Ron Mars?
Sailors fighting on the dance floor.
Debris and Krypton. Fuck off.
Meteorites!
He's just destroyed his own book.
It's okay. He doesn't know how to read it.
No.
I want to be in Rudy in like 10 years.
I was in Deliverance.
Wrapped in the mouth.
I think it means punched.
Oh.
Because domestic abuse is funny.
It's 1978, guys. It's funny, just like Luthor. Get it? Get it? Even though he looks like he should be conducting Mr. Holland's opus.
Fire and bullets, but we'll try it later, guys. Don't worry.
We'll try ice, too. Are we going to see Larry Hagman in a second?
No.
Okay.
Maybe?
We're about to find out, gang. Zoinks, yo.
Knight Rider theme plays.
Dun, 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 dun. What's your favorite Luthor look in this film?
None.
This one ranks pretty high.
The bald wig with the white shirt.
Yeah.
They drew first blood. Look at that. Look at that. It's a woman. Look at her breasts.
Dude, the part coming up here is like fucking ridiculous.
Oh, I know.
Their dialogue. The Otis Suite. Ho, ho, ho.
Theme to Otis
Yeah.
by John Williams.
A requiem for an Otis.
Hey, it's Larry Hagman from Dallas. Or I Dream of Jeannie.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Everyone watch me as I sexually assault this woman.
It's like Fat Will Ferrell.
Man, good thing I was conveniently in the area.
Hi, I'm still in this movie.
Can we get? Can this be where Deliverance crosses over? Like right now, he's got the overalls.
He just starts tumbling down the mountain and ends up in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Burt Reynolds? Burt Reynolds was offered the role of Superman. Everybody was basically offered the role of goddamn motherfucking Superman.
Wait, I wasn't offered the role.
Yeah, neither was I.
Bastards. Jake, were you ever offered the role?
I turned it down because I wanted to be a production assistant for George Lucas on THX 1138, even though that was like 5 years earlier.
Chris, you?
I turned it down to produce this podcast.
Bastards.
Bastard in a basket.
Bastard. Oh, I get it. He's talking about the long arm of the law. Where does he get this stuff?
Where does he get these wonderful toys?
Chris, he's the greatest criminal mind of our time by his own admission repeatedly.
Why does no one guard the rocket while this is going on?
The 70s were a simpler time, Chris.
It's not like we're carrying like a nuclear payload or anything. I mean,
There's your one guard.
you're one inept guard.
The beginning of San Andreas.
Yeah, this is where it
Paul
crosses
Giamatti.
over, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, San Andreas takes place in the alternate universe before Superman turns back time.
Where Lois Lane dies.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. I'm supposed to drive a car. Yeah, my bad.
I get that reference. I don't know how many others would.
I got it.
Guy with a bow tie. Get out of here, Tucker Carlson.
You piece
Hey.
of shit.
Bow ties are cool.
Yeah.
11th Doctor isn't around anymore. You don't have to believe that.
Bow ties are cool.
Yeah, next you'll be saying fezzes are too.
They are.
And Stetsons.
You're either way on a Stetson.
Well, electric blue, fuck you.
One of my favorite drinks.
Two.
Golly.
We got a flying man in tights. World doesn't make a hell of beans.
I think I would have rather seen the heist in Addis Ababa than anything that involved the nuclear missiles that we just saw.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Semen.
Alcoholism?
Machismo. Fewer than 4 legs. You should know that, Lex Luthor.
He's the greatest criminal mind of our time, Chris.
Not the greatest grammatician.
He doesn't have to be.
That's why he's a criminal.
Who his girlfriend is.
Who his
Give me
boyfriend
pictures.
is.
Pictures of Superman.
You don't know.
Yeah, that's
you don't know.
That's highly impolite. We all know what assumptions do. They make an ass out of you and you.
I like how nobody's watching Clark Kent. Like,
Jumping out a window.
This is the best, worst transformation of all time.
Ugh.
How? Just
don't ask questions, Josh. Don't ask questions.
that's the second thing I can't understand.
Just the second thing?
Yes. First being how he held up Lois perfectly with one arm.
He's Superman.
So at what point do we get to the extra scenes?
We've already seen a couple.
Yeah. They've been like little things sprinkled in here and there, but we're about to see the gauntlet.
Yeah, the big two that I pointed out was the Executioner of Krypton and the Lois Lane in Smallville.
Oh, that aerial shot that we just saw was the same location where the Avengers were fighting the alien invaders in the first Avengers.
Yeah,
movie.
I see the
Wall Street.
clock thing in the background.
Yeah, it's Wall Street, baby.
Penn Station?
Is it Penn Station?
Or no,
No.
Grand Central.
Grand Central?
Yeah,
Oh,
Grand
By the way,
Central.
not Wall Street.
Yeah. My bad. Financial district. Yeah, I know. Again, why was this cut? Because it's awesome.
Yeah, it's better than most things that
It's-
we've seen in the past 30 minutes.
Better than the rocket fun. I think what it was it came down to the special effects. Like they couldn't do it in a budgetary sense, I believe. Like when we were going through and making sure that we were watching the 2000 cut and watching this scene to make sure it was in it, and everyone was like, "Oh wow, these effects look really cool," and I was like, "Yeah, that's because they're all 2000 effects."
Yeah. I mean, you can the audio alone.
Yeah. They got what's his name to shoot a gun.
Sam Peckinpah?
Thank you. You'd think that I would know because we've been
You know,
Jake's been talking
Lucas
about it
goes
like a
back
million
and adds effects to his movies, so they look like trash.
Yeah, and then
Go back and add
there's
effects to
There's
this.
no way they could have done this
That's the
in
coolest shit right there.
1978.
Yeah,
I don't
that-
even know how they did it in
And
2000.
the look on his face like, bitch, please.
That looks good. Lucas, you got a few things to learn.
A flavor?
Get out of here, Gene Hackman.
Why don't you make like a tree and get out of here? I like how Superman is literally just humoring him. You can see it on his face.
Where's the Richard Donner cut where Otis gets ripped in half?
By who? Superman or Luther?
Anybody.
By Chewbacca. Chewbacca comes back to Earth and rips him in half.
Huh. I bet even now he still has a gigantic dick.
That's one of his superpowers. He doesn't have shrinkage in the cold.
Yeah, in the original cut, you
Puts
would
his-
just cut right to this.
Yeah, of him like going, walking
And in
up
this
to it.
version, he puts his fist right through Otis's head.
Don't make me wish, Josh. Don't. God damn it! Don't make.
A girl can dream.
Yeah. You're making me wish so hard, Josh.
You'd love to have seen that, wouldn't you?
10 times. I would have asked Chris to play the scene after we were done with this.
Or he picks the door up and throws it at Otis, crushing
Cuts them
him.
both in half. Oh man. Credits.
This look he gives him, like, bitch, fuck you.
Just sets him on fire with his heat vision. It incinerates him.
I don't care, guys. I love Otis.
Fine. That's fine. That's fine. But for me.
It's okay to be wrong.
But for me.
Yeah, Chris, you can like the wrong guy.
But for me. That fucking sucks. It's it's the antagonists and it's the "Can you read my mind" scene.
Yeah.
It's the only. Would you call this your favorite, or would you say Superman 2 like Donner cut?
Donner cut is my favorite. I will agree with you that the "Can you read my mind" and the overly cartoonish characterization of the antagonists is the downfall of this movie. But it's the Wild Wild West argument where I'll agree with you, but it doesn't ruin it.
Yeah. I still like it.
Still like it.
We are about to get to the moment where I probably repeat
The
more
most.
than any other. You'd think I would repeat something Superman says, but no.
No.
But no.
I loved so I can't remember if we reference it or not, but I'm sure we do. I'm sure we talk about Lex Luthor at the bar, or like we talk about him as a person. But like there was the one night that he had like a little henchman with him, and we just could not stop referencing this scene. Because he was like, no, you need to go talk to that girl that you've been creeping on all night. And Sam and I are just like, Otisburg.
It's a tiny little place, Mr. Luthor.
Otisburg.
See, it's coming off. It's coming off. What sells it is like you can tell that's all Ned Beatty's character has.
Yeah, the sad wiping away of it is just devastating for him. Again, San Andreas.
Again, Grand Theft Auto.
San Andreas. Vice City
Millions of people will die. Well, yeah, that's the whole point of the game.
by being slapped with a giant purple dildo. Shh.
He's like crying. I do like that.
Again, for whatever reason, that's the
Yeah.
thing I tend to quote the most from this motherfucking movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's there. Oh.
Listen to the Carpenters. Da, 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 da. And look, there's Mark McClure, the only cast member to show up in Supergirl. Da, 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 da,
He just
da.
came out of the fucking lake.
Yeah.
He's Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
How do you like mustard? Is that true? Hey, look, it's John Ratzenberg.
That's right. It's
Hey,
all
why didn't
cheers,
we
baby.
double check the coordinates before we fired these
Yeah.
off?
Hey, why aren't you a postman in Cheers?
Hey, Mr. Postman.
Bring me a dream. Different postman. Different man entirely.
Yeah.
That guy looks like an owl in the background. I'm going to call you Mr. Owl.
Whoo.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Whoo.
No one fucking cares.
3.
1 for 2 for 3. Crunch. For 3.
Then it's not history, it's present.
I mean, at what point does he just decide, I'm tired of you, and just fist through the chest, rips at the heart?
Fists him through the chest. That doesn't happen until the Joker in Injustice.
Yeah.
That's his intestines.
Was it his intestine? Yeah, I guess it is through the gut, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because Superman's not strong enough to punch through his ribcage.
Nope.
Even he's got lemon skies.
Even after he himself has killed Lois Lane
Yeah.
Yep.
with baby on board.
Fuck off, Lex. Oh God, no.
He did warn him. I mean, you can't fault the guy. He did warn him.
Why don't you just close the lid, Clark? Oh, thanks, John Hammond.
Hey, man.
Friend?
Yeah. What's the matter, man?
Yeah.
What's the matter, man?
And to be fair, it's not supposed to kill him, right? Just drain his power.
It eventually kills him. Like, it drains his powers, then it drains his life force.
To me, it doesn't make sense that it would kill him, but in the common mythos, yes, it has lethal potentiality.
It just keeps draining.
To me, it makes sense that it would just neutralize his powers and turn him into a human, and then be as lethal as it is to Lex Luthor, which does give him cancer.
Yeah.
But that's a slow kill.
Not a righteous kill starring Al Pacino.
True.
And Robert De Niro. These shoes.
And
These
50
shoes.
Cent.
Yeah. Carl Gugino.
Or A View to a Kill.
Starring Roger Moore and Christopher Walken.
I think that's currently the only classic Bond that I haven't seen.
It's
And
it's
Never
in that,
Say Never
it's-
Again.
There it is.
Yeah.
I think Never Say Never Again's in there, too.
Yeah. I mean, I saw Thunderball, so
Yeah. It's worse than Thunderball.
that's what I hear.
Yeah. Nobody caught the when I was writing my Star Wars Force Awakens review on Facebook. Nobody caught the fact that I just shit all over Never Say Never Again in the mix.
They were too busy admiring you praising Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think it comes as part and then right after that I kind of shit on Star Wars a bit, but yeah.
And then they just run away in droves.
Yeah.
They're like, how could you hate Star Wars?
Yeah.
No, it's not real. It's
Yeah.
not real.
Criticism
Daddy loves
against
us.
Star Wars. Hey, you can criticize movies you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me doing this.
Yeah.
Because this is my
They
favorite
don't-
theatrical Superman movie.
They don't
and
have to
it
be
is
the
rough.
prequels to get...
Yeah.
But it's more of the tone it set and what it did for superhero movies. And
Oh,
the
absolutely.
performance, I think
Oh,
it's
Christopher Reeve, man.
fucking money.
Fucking money.
And the scream he does, even though what happens after is silly with Lois.
if he could tread water, couldn't he just walk over, or kind of doggy paddle over to the steps? And
Kryptonite is
Only
all over the place.
Yeah. It affects
His ability to
I
swim.
mean, look,
Yeah.
he could reach it with his arm. Also, why can't he lift the chain over his head, or dip his head down so it can
It's okay,
fall
Chris.
off?
It's a Superman movie.
It affects whatever the writers want it to affect.
How convenient.
It's like whenever Spider-Man run out of web fluid.
If he's allowed to hold a woman up completely with just one arm and defy the laws of gravity, he can...
This is where the movie gets good because she's wearing a white dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uncool woman in a black dress. Get it on. Hey, it's not green anymore.
Batteries ran out.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Well, we don't realize
Typical
this that
woman.
slowly during this entire time he's been electrocuted by the batteries inside that in the water.
That's why it hurts.
Yeah, that wasn't acting, guys. He was feeling real pain.
And it's lost forever. Just like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber.
Or his hand.
Still never found.
As far as we know.
Yeah, it's true. I wouldn't have.
Maybe after the film's done.
They don't have that little blue pill in their life?
He doesn't need a blue pill.
I was thinking about all the other good guys she's been with.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's right. I have to go in this direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the equivalent of Batman flying up to go in front of the moon to go back down. It looks cool. That's
Yeah.
Stan Lee. He's in this movie everywhere.
That's how you know it's a DC character.
Stan Lee's in it.
Yep.
Hey, true believers, this is Stan Lee. I created Superman, I created Batman, I created Wonder Woman, I even created the Elongated Man. Every kid's favorite superhero.
Oh, silly Duke boys.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Speaking of Duke boys and Superman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan Kent from Smallville was a Duke boy.
Schneider
Yep.
himself.
Whoa. Where'd that missile go? Oh, there it is.
You can't see me, Superman.
The missile's John Cena?
Yeah.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da.
Ma-na-ma-ma.
Can't see me. Mana.
You know, for the time, that missile's got really great tracking technology.
Here he goes. He's going to grab. Yeah. And this is where Superman 2 starts. At least the Donner cut. Actually, and we'll talk about this more next week, I actually don't mind the new the opening in the theatrical version of Superman 2 in Paris.
No, me neither.
Superman in Paris.
Actually quite enjoy it.
Owly. And the writing's on the wall.
Oh, nice. Give a little bit.
It's
What you-
self-serve.
What do you think this is, Jersey?
I mean, it's the 70s.
I remember coming back from New York Comic-Con a couple of years ago. We went to a full service like gas station. I was like, kind of like I know all the gas stations in New Jersey are
Yeah.
full service, but it still throws me off a bit.
Definitely.
I can't stand it. When I was moving up to New York,
This in the lava is really fucking cool. I like the look of it.
Yeah. But when I was moving to New York, I had to stop and get gas at a station on the Jersey Turnpike, and it was a big station because it's on the Jersey Turnpike. They're expecting to get a lot of people, and it's like one of the last stations before you hit New York. So there's like 10 or 20 pumps that you could go to, but they only had like 3 attendants working, so only like 6 of the pumps were operating. So I had to wait in a long-ass line, and I was looking, and I was like, there are 15 pumps that I could easily be pumping my own gas at. Fuck you, Jersey.
Superman in hell.
Hollywood.
Girl Scouts in hell.
Back when you could walk the Hollywood hills. I think this is
Where's
added
that
in
movie?
the 2000 cut.
Yeah, I don't think this
Girl
was-
Scouts in Hell.
I mean,
talk to Robert Rodriguez. It's Grindhouse material.
yeah. And you'd probably have like Alexa Vega as one of the Girl Scouts, and she'd be like wearing nothing. And then it's creepy because you're like, but you were in Spy Kids as like an 8-year-old. With Robert Rodriguez as the director.
Times change, Chris. You just gotta roll with them.
Yeah, it's true. Drew Barrymore was a little girl at one point. No one else was, though.
Nope.
That bus skidded quite a bit.
It's the fucking Terminator Genesis bus.
Yeah. Right? Fuck you, Terminator Genesis.
Remember when?
Remember when Superman was able to fix
Repair.
the fault?
Yeah.
The fault line.
Still not the weirdest thing he does in this movie.
No,
How do you
No.
feel about the turning back time thing?
I hate it.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. I remember somebody was saying that
Neil deGrasse
he
Tyson
doesn't-
would hate it.
he doesn't spin so fast that he actually turns the world. He spins so fast that he like goes into like a pocket universe. Like he
Like,
goes into
creates a vortex.
He creates a vortex.
Yeah, like he's not reversing the
yeah,
spin of the planet.
yeah. But yeah,
I would agree with you on that if it weren't for the fact that he doubles back
Mm.
to get it going the right direction again
Yeah.
before coming back down.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't like it. I think it's a really it
Super Deus Ex.
yeah, and it just cheapens everything about Superman.
You make him too much of a godlike character at that point.
More powerful than a locomotive right here.
Mm. But he doesn't leap any tall buildings.
He can
It's because he
fly.
flies.
Just saying.
That's all I got.
Just saying. He literally does not leap over a tall building.
Yeah, that was because he
In a
didn't.
single bound.
That's because he didn't fly at that point.
I know. I'm just pointing out the inconsistencies. I'm just here to ask questions. I'm just here to ask questions.
Jimmy Olsen is Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Oh God!
God!
So this is Paycheck, Giamatti.
The motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not drinking no fucking Merlot.
I actually like that movie.
I like Sideways just fine.
I've never seen it. I just know that line.
You can quote something and you can make fun of something and still like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love Star Trek. I make fun of Star Trek all the
I love
motherfuckers.
Wild Wild West,
Yeah.
and I'm there agreeing with everyone who bitches about it. Except for the fact that it makes it a bad movie.
Oh, here we go.
Well, damn.
Ever play Hulk the Destruction Tour? Ultimate
No.
or Hulk Ultimate Destruction for the Xbox?
Yes.
Remember how at the end of the game you beat up the Abomination in front of the Hoover Dam?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in this, but it could.
It should.
That was actually, honestly, that's the best Hulk game ever.
I was partial to
And
the
there's,
Game
like,
Gear game.
What,
Oh,
3
where
of
at the
them?
very end you just punch the leader,
Yeah. He's
and then it cuts to the Hulk's like smiling face. Hulk for Sega.
Ooh. Now we know where Bruce got that line from.
yeah.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Dean.
James
Mm.
Dean?
Although the funny thing is with the
I'm
whole Game Gear
hungry.
game, I could never beat the leader.
Really?
Yeah.
All I have
he-
to do is
he-
punch him in the face.
No, not
Okay,
in Sega
One
Game,
Punch Man.
not in Sega Game Gear.
I'll show you after this is over if you want. I'll show you how it goes down in the Sega Genesis version.
But yeah, that game's great. I love the game.
Better than the Superman game for the N64.
Which I own. Still.
It's almost like you're out of gas.
Yeah. You can get out of the car. Too much sense.
She's not.
Sam, you're the one telling me to.
Yeah. Too much sense.
She's not the greatest criminal mastermind.
Well,
or
she
time,
watched
Sam.
Ghostbusters, and she's like, you know what? I'll be fine. Police cars get eaten by the earth in that movie. Convenient how the floor stopped cracking right at her car.
This reminds me of one of the seasons of Heroes.
We're at the beginning of Resident Evil. With a picturesque town.
Mm.
All we need is trucks going through. You need to get out.
Ah, miniatures. I love it. How convenient that they were filming Indiana Jones right here. It's just adorable.
This should be enough.
I mean, that's all real, right, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
no, they actually broke a dam. Nevada was fucked.
When isn't Nevada fucked?
I've been to Vegas a couple times.
They weren't fucked. I was. Doesn't seem like it would be enough to stop a raging river.
Release the river.
Oh, yeah, no, that's totally enough.
I mean, it appears to.
Superman don't half-ass anything.
He full asses it all.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Sam.
Spread them cheeks.
Wait. Did I leave the stove on? I did.
one of our hopes with this was always to someday interview Jeff Johns.
Maybe if I go to San Diego this year, maybe
And ask him.
Yeah.
Ask him.
Instead of staring at his perfectly formed glutes, maybe I'll ask him
if the original ending, or if the time travel thing was originally supposed to be the ending of Superman 2, how does Superman save Lois Lane? Fingers crossed. He says he doesn't. She was supposed to die, and then just walks away. You hear that, Jeff?
Make our dreams come true.
Yeah.
Show DC and Warner Brothers the sadistic monster we always knew it to be.
I like when
Scream here though.
the scream, but I like how he cradles her and like he realizes that she's dead and like her head kind of falls and he's super fragile with the way he handles her head. This is some of the best just Christopher Reeve stuff.
Yeah. Though
Yeah.
again, the time travel kind of undercuts the entire lesson he gets from Pa Kent in Smallville.
That's the problem, yeah. But the scream, dude.
It's pretty metal.
It is metal.
I mean, yeah, this is the only time Superman
bet someone's
proves,
put that to a metal
fuck you,
track.
the rules
Yeah.
don't apply to me.
Yeah. Hey, Meredith Gran, this is pretty metal.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know a thing about that, would you? You were great. We loved you.
Thanks for being on the show. We'd love to talk to you about Volume 2.
Yeah. Or Kanye West.
I found life. One last kiss.
There's always time.
We should watch The Mask at some point.
Oh, love that movie.
Keep yelling that line.
It's so great.
Just a quiet day in Nevada. Ah, time has passed. Hey, look at the difference of dirt where the earth is supposed to crack.
I feel like these transitions are too fast for how emotional it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Or just totally unnecessary. Just shot at him.
I feel like you would create an avalanche with that.
You like blow apart the mountain. Hey, look, that cloud looks like Marlon Brando.
He's that's like a cloud.
Yeah.
The Mufasa cloud.
Yeah, you can't, Clark. God damn it, Clark! Don't, God damn it!
I have to form another cloud.
Whatever.
Classic Superman.
Fuck with the history of the people.
Fuck it.
What about an alternate ending where he goes back too far and it's like the Civil War?
Yeah.
What if he goes back and it's like Army of Darkness? Fucking Deadites try to stop him. He's just like, fuck you.
Just like, flick you in the face.
I'll feast on your flesh.
Yeah.
Feast on
Feast on
this.
motherfucker. You see the thing I retweeted that Jane Levy tweeted that she was like, the line in the movie is like, feast on this motherfucker, but the TV airplane version is feast on this melon farmer.
Makes sense to me.
Watch out for those melon farmers.
Yeah, so there.
Yeah. The only cool thing about this scene, and this is such a fucking reach, we get to see him fly super fast. That's the best I can come up with. That we finally get to see him fly faster than the speeding bullet, I guess.
Jeez Louise, Lois, looks like you're out of fuel.
Yeah. So in that time, are we led to believe that he stopped both missiles now?
I
Gave
assume
himself
that
enough time.
I assume there's a past version of Superman stopping.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you go do all that work, I get the girl.
Yeah.
Instead, Superman's just hanging out.
Yeah, this will just complete.
And then now there's two Supermen.
Yeah.
Because now he didn't need to go back into the past because Lois is fine, and I've gone cross-eyed.
I just took it as the
And then that other world lost their Superman forever.
Yeah.
I just took it as the
It's like-
filmmakers
it's like-
realized that they were like, oh shit, he didn't deal with the missiles oh well, he saved the day.
Yeah, well, actually, I guess he did stop the missile because now there's no Earth quaking.
Yeah. Never cracks.
Saving your life.
Yeah.
Cradling,
I found life
cradling your dead
on this
body.
planet. Damn it!
First things first, I'll eat your brains.
Hey, we're gonna make out unless Jimmy Olsen shows up and ruins the. Oh fuck.
Jimmy Olsen.
My man Jimmy.
Superman's cock block. Jimmy Olsen. Even on a plane.
He's like, "Oh, Jimmy, go fuck yourself." Flicks him off.
Bye.
But wait, we still don't have a gas. The 3 instances where I've seen Superman. Lois Lane, you have such an imagination.
Him.
I can hear what you're saying. Someone's driving an old-fashioned car around.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to break in.
Hey, I found Otisburg. Oh.
What is he arrested for?
Well,
Stealing nuclear vessels.
and clearly,
'Cause,
clearly
he
he's
has no evidence for
well.
anything.
Clearly, the FBI was already on him before too. They knew he was the greatest criminal mind.
They just didn't know where his little secret hideout was.
yeah.
Oh.
I always love this. I love they brought it back for. I love they brought everything back for returns. Really. Oh, hello. Bye. So yeah, man, that's
Where's the closing of the comic book? The curtains.
the play. The play
It keeps going.
dude. The play is still going. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is part of the play.
Oh Jesus, that poor kid. He's in a catatonic state by this point, isn't he?
Yes, well,
I mean, you never stop collecting comic books.
mm.
Just when you think you're done, they rope you right back in.
I know it's been a few years.
brother,
for me.
don't I know it?
God, I can't even remember the last comic book I picked up.
My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Oh God, no.
Issue 1, written by Alex DeCampi, who we've had on the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. So this is Superman the movie. Any thoughts going out of it?
I mean, it's still a good time. It still has its many moments of it doesn't age well, but for what it did, and it still has. It's still, I mean, like you Sam was saying, the Smallville stuff's fantastic overall. I think pound for pound, but it gives us the birth of Christopher Reeve Superman, so leads to a pretty dang good sequel. That's about it.
The Dick Donner version still better than the theatrical version.
Oh, this, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm always curious to see what I've never seen the 3-hour plus version of this, so I've always kind of been curious what they added in the network cut.
While we were watching, I
Commercials.
did try to Google it to see if I could find a complete version of the 3-hour cut. I could find a couple collections of the added scenes and stuff like that, but not necessarily. It was 5 minutes, and I'm like, but this is only 2.5 hours, so what the
Yeah,
F?
commercials.
Anyway, it's been another Geek Out commentary as we continue our countdown to Batman v Superman:
Dawn of Justice.
We'll be back next week with a special version of Superman 2, a superior version of Superman 2.
Take that,
Lester.
Lester. Yeah.
Take that, Salkins. Fuck you, Salkins. Salkin punch yourself. This has been a Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.